Hello friends, fibersmiths and fellow adventurers, and welcome to the Hodgepodge Tavern. I'm your DM Carl, and today we're stepping through the portal to the infinite planes. Let's discover our forgotten memories. Alongside you, we have our players.
I am Philippe, and I play D, the wizard.
I'm Alex, and I play Sprite, the fairy paladin. Sprite, aka Marigold.
Hi, I'm Kyle. I play Spike. Spike's cool. Vote for Spike.
He's a Bladeling monk.
They don't need to know that.
We don't even
I
know.
already got the important information.
They got the important.
I'm Josh. I play Link, the definitely not tiefling bard. Definitely not a prince of hell.
We're on 100% now.
100% half.
Cousin of Ozzy
I'm
Osbourne.
50% half.
Hi, I'm Kim, she, her, and I play Brady, they, them, a changeling monk from the realm of Celestia. Is that right?
Mount Celestia, yeah.
Yeah, you were just looking at me weird.
Say it
No.
with confidence.
I thought
Kim.
you were going to say the realm of celebrities.
I was like, that is right?
Oh no.
Now, colours, let's stumble into the darker things.
How's it going?
It's been about a month since we last played, so I'm going to do a quick fire recap of what happened in our last session. So, the gang, with the help of the Amber Messenger, tried to calculate the best way of travelling to the Standing Stones to track down that who is believed to have destroyed the Grove of Unicorns. With the Amber Messenger being an Archdruid, he used his animal-shaped spell to transform the party into various beasts of travel.
Oh
The plane itself has its own rules though, and creatures who are unable to fly naturally are unable to fly by magical means. So half the party took eagle form and the rest took horse form. Travelling through the hills, the party spot an almirage, or horned rabbit, being hunted by blood-red hawks, and they decided to allow nature to take its course. Eventually, the hills descended into a jungle, and with remarkable stealth checks beating the improved passive perception of Brady and the party, the land force was ambushed by camouflaged Jakuli of the jungle. With remarkable speed, they coiled and fired themselves at the party like broad arrows, slamming into Brady and Spike, dropping the beast forms and rendering Spike unconscious with some powerful crits. The eagles spotted something wrong and swooped down, Link trying to distract the snakes while Sprite gathered up Spike in her talons.
See why I use Hashgar?
Yeah. The Amber Messenger gave Hashkar a righteous high five that could be heard for miles and cast a heal spell on Spike, restoring him back to full. Justice for Spike.
Justice for Spike.
The party then attempts to flee at a fast pace, Lucretian and Brady by foot and the rest on the backs of eagles. However, burdened by the weight of multiple mounts, Sprite's attempt was slowed, allowing the Jakuli one final attempt to find dinner. Springing from the ground, Spike manages to intercept one of the snakes mid-air, causing it to fall. However, another bout of double crits strikes Sprite, dealing enough damage to outright kill her, as her form transforms back into her usual body and dropping Spike and the Amber Messenger in the process.
Sorry about that.
Seeing this, the party attempts to dispatch the rest of the Jakuli. However, in the midst of combat, the Amber Messenger starts to glow and pulsate with an intense amber light. I'm loving these sound effects. And the Amber Messenger imploded. The sight and sound of the explosion scared the Jakuli from their prey. And as they flee, Link decided to take one of their lives, but the rest of them escaped.
Pew pew. I'm imagining, like, worms in cartoons.
These things like to coil and spring, so they're like...
That's excellent.
Tired and weakened, the party observed the wooden shards of the Amber Messenger as they slide almost magnetically towards the limp body of Sprite and begin to weave themselves into her flesh. During this event, Sprite sees a beautiful, majestic, 80-foot long, 40-foot high unicorn in a beautiful grove of flowers.
Nay, motherfucker.
The unicorn tells Sprite that her job is not yet complete, and she must spread the word of Mia Lecky and protect those who need it most. And the unicorn tapped her horn where Spite's heart was.
Oh, buddy.
Say that again.
The unicorn tapped her horn where Spite's
Oh,
heart
like
was.
this.
Yes.
Like stabbed you.
Or like,
Booping.
I just saw like you impaled in.
Yeah.
I was thinking like
That's fine.
Entangled when he has the little China unicorns and makes them kiss.
oh,
No.
cute.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So cute. I've not seen that film in ages.
Waking up, Sprite's entire body has been changed into wooden bark. A small hole in her chest where her heart was now resides a beating, glowing amber orb. The party swiftly attempt to leave this place and finish up their travel for the day, where they find themselves at the shore of the River Oceanus. As the group begin to devise their next course of action, they hear a deep humming sound, and breaking the great waters of the river, they spot a giant whale, who telepathically addresses the party and says, "Hello, I am Silvertail."
Oh.
Hello.
Boy, we're about to sleep. Come back in the morning.
So, you see this huge 27-foot long whale with dark slate grey skin, mottled, rough, bulbous skin underneath of its chin, break the banks of the water. And this river is huge. As I said, you're unable to actually see to the other side of the river itself. It is that large.
Oof. That's a hike.
And you hear, "Hello, I am Silvertail," in your minds.
Well, howdy.
Do we see it, or do we just hear it before we see it, or do we?
It breaks the water and you
Oh,
hear
so
it.
we go.
Oh.
And then we hear it.
So it's speaking with its mouth, like it's not an ethereal, like.
Oh no, it's telepathic. You can hear it.
Okay.
In your head.
We just see the creature appear,
Okay.
and then we hear the voice.
So
I
it's
was
looking
just-
at us.
I was just wondering if it was like.
With
"Hello."
big beady eyes.
Yeah.
Well, one big beady eyes. It's like sideways looking at you. 'Cause
State,
where was
state your intentions.
Yeah.
Be nice.
You almost just fucking died.
Okay, but there's
Yeah.
still time to be nice. Like, if I've learned anything, life's too short. Stop being so grumpy.
Please state your intentions.
Better.
Improvement.
I felt dismay and some fear, and thought I would investigate and see what aid I could lend.
Oh.
So you just felt us feeling miserable and you decided to just hop on over here and see how you could help?
Correct. I am one of the guardians of the River Oceanus.
That's pretty
Oh.
dang cute.
Wow.
That doesn't seem right. What's he getting
mean,
out of this?
We're not in Sigil anymore.
That is not a wise move, but useful for us.
I don't understand this plane.
Are you confined to this lake?
This river spans multiple
Oh,
plains.
it's a river. Sorry. I thought it was a big lake.
This river goes between plains.
Correct.
Did we know this?
Which
I feel like
plain?
we didn't know
So
this.
from a distance, from far away,
We
you
knew
were
this,
able
right?
to
Did we?
Maybe.
detect
We were close.
our intent and our feelings and all that kind of stuff.
Correct.
Is this like everyone or just us?
I can feel many people's feelings, but I can only meet those that come to the river's edge.
He's the most miserable one, right?
I am not going to share.
Oh. Fair enough.
So you have the ability to pick up on the emotions of those around you,
Correct.
whether they're happy or sad or scared or
Correct.
grieving or.
Well,
That actually seems like it would be quite a burden.
It can be at times, but
But in any case, said you were here to help.
to see what aid I could lend.
We need to go to the Standing Stones. Can you take us there?
Is this upon the land?
It might be by the river.
We have no idea.
I think you would know, wouldn't you? You'd have that as
Your
like
knowledge.
an innate sort of knowledge now.
Yeah, so you feel it towards the.
Well, the Amber Messenger before he exploded probably
Mhm.
would have told
He
us.
did say that if we follow the river, it will take us there in a lot less time.
That's true.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you feel it in a quite northeasterly location. You have almost like a, not necessarily like a, yeah, kind of like a
Spidey
sonar
senses.
sort of thing.
So, like, what about in this direction? Do you know of something?
I do not know much of the land dwellings, but I can travel up and down this river freely.
If we follow the river until we feel like
Yeah.
we need to
Yep.
be dropped off.
Till it's our stop.
Would you help us?
I
That
can
way?
do this. It unfortunately will not be free.
Here it is.
Well, that's fair enough.
I
What do you
wouldn't
want?
expect it to. Come on.
How many
Stories.
souls?
Oh,
Stories.
Link.
Yes.
We should comfort you.
Wow.
Oh, this is easy. I can do this.
Traveling the river lends me not to be able to communicate with many people. I like to hear the news and stories that people have of their lives. And for this, I will travel up the river with you.
in,
Boy.
Oh, what is
since we're disclosing, and you can tell, I'm guessing that if we're lying or not, but our lives, at least the parts that we remember, have not been that long. So
That
our
is true.
stories are varied and exciting, but not many.
That is fine.
Well, we got some doozies.
I think
I
we
just
can make
require
this
a
work.
story from each of you for passage.
Alright.
Okay.
Will we get to keep the stories afterwards?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I just wish to hear them.
Very well.
Can we eat and rest as we tell them?
Certainly.
Because we've been on the road for a while.
True.
Alright. Someone go first.
Let me begin.
Are we jumping on? This is.
He will allow you on. He'll sort of lower himself down. You will have to swim out into the water for a little bit. He is a huge ass whale.
Mm-hmm.
This would be stuck in the
so
shore.
give me a push.
And he will not venture within 20 feet of the river's
That's
bank
fair.
itself.
That is fair.
I'm just gonna fly over.
Lazy of him.
You can just fly.
Yeah. Because I'm a bird.
I'm gonna,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do
Bird
some. I'm gonna do some shenanigans. I'm gonna use this spell probably for the first time.
Brady. You want to lift?
Mhm.
I'm gonna.
Sure.
If anyone wants
Alright.
to come, I suggest you stay in this. Sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's not gonna be easy. You might have to do like a big jump, and I'll just try and get you as far as I can, and hopefully not drop you in the water.
Okay.
All right.
Sure thing. Okay. Am I doing a running jump or a standing jump?
Let's go running jump, and I'll like
All right.
I'll like scoop under Brady's arms, like under her their armpits sort of
And we
thing,
run
and then like
and
run,
jump.
and then as Brady does like a big jump, then I'll like
Flutter.
flap and
You can fly as well, can't you?
I'm imagining basically this turns out to being like when you play like a Legend of Zelda game, like the old N64 ones. If you pick up a chicken, you can kind of like jump off of an edge, but the chicken's not strong enough to like fully carry you.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you're
But
like
it's enough to
slowly
like extend
hovering.
your
Yeah.
yeah.
And I will use shape water to create blocks of ice that I can just walk towards the
Oh.
well.
Nice.
I'm just gonna fucking swim.
Oh, okay. Fine.
I didn't want to get my loot wet. Is it a loot?
Careful,
Fire
Hushka,
whip.
don't rust.
You're the only one that shouldn't get wet.
Okay.
Don't worry, I've got some lamp oil. You can
Oh my
You can oil
god.
yourself up.
Another
Don't
character that
mention
needs
whale
oil.
oil.
I was gonna
Don't
say, there's a whale
mention
right here. Come
whale oil.
Oh god. Tariq's Oil Services. Coming at the rest.
Little subscription boy.
Let's go. Let's
Can I
walk
just
on
like
it.
gently like flutter
I'm
Yeah.
and float on?
literally walking on water.
Do your wings still work
That's pretty
even though you're in?
They do, and they are exactly as they were before. So they are this sort of dainty, sort of like thin, membranous wings. They have
Okay.
not been coated in wood. It's
Everything
only
else is
your flesh.
barky.
Yeah.
So when I touch down on the back of the whale,
Yeah.
I'm gonna like put my hand on him and just like ask, "Was that? Are you okay? I didn't hurt you, did I?"
I'm fine. I have thick skin.
Oh!
Yeah, we will crash down into the water. We did it!
I give him a little pat.
Yeah!
Yes!
Oh
Sorry
my God.
for my
I didn't think I
friends.
could do that.
It
That was
is
a big jump.
fine. Now the main concern is your donkey, Jeffrey.
Jeffrey, no!
Come on,
He's
Jeffers.
looking at him on the side of the fucking bank.
Oh, he is carrying
Can
on.
the
dude.
whale
I
like
guess we have to.
moor up against the
He
bank?
won't come within 20
20
feet in
feet.
case he gets beached.
I can use
Can
my
you-
ice. I
Oh,
can use
yeah.
my
Oh
ice.
yeah,
Put
can
him
you
on an
walk
ice.
the ice?
Talk to him. Tell him to come. I'll ice him up.
Do I have to use a spell slot for that? I do, don't I?
To talk to
Jeffrey?
him. Oh,
Can I just
actually,
try and like
Throw a carrot.
Jeffrey? No, this way.
I will very
No.
briefly mention this.
Jeffrey!
As a result of the events that took place, Sprite has gained some abilities.
6 levels of exhaustion.
Horrendous amounts of anxiety.
Horrible like need for
A
moisturizer.
creaking back.
Yeah. Extreme flammability.
Sprite, upon taking the mantle of the Amber Messenger, has gained the ability Tree Stride.
No.
Oh, that's a
fuck
good
it,
ability.
man.
That's an
Um,
incredible
That's a
ability.
fucking good ability.
Once per turn, Sprite is able to
Love
use
that
10
one.
feet of her movement to magically step into one living tree within reach and emerge from a second living tree within 60 feet of that first tree.
When you say within reach, like as in touching distance.
You have to touch the
Okay.
tree. You have to be able to walk into
You're
the tree.
basically
So it's like-
walking into the tree
so it's
and
like a
walking
portal
out
kind
of a
of thing.
different
Yeah.
tree.
Just saw it happen the other day.
Yeah, I know.
On top of that, Sprite has also gained the ability to cast the Bark Skin spell once per day without expending the use of a spell slot or having to maintain concentration on the spell.
Nice.
So these are the benefits that Miliki is able to bestow upon you with her current power.
Thank you, Miliki.
We are Sprite.
So you can cast that Bark Skin spell on somebody else. And I think,
Oh, that's
if I
cool.
remember correctly.
And for anyone who's watching that perhaps hasn't heard of bark skin before,
That's right. For our
well, I
Your
mean,
skin
For
becomes
new
tougher.
players, Bark Skin basically allows you to touch a willing creature, and their skin becomes rough and bark-like in appearance, and their AC cannot be less than 16,
oh,
and it lasts for an hour.
what even when they're being attacked,
Yeah,
they
no matter
can't
what,
drop
it
below.
doesn't go below.
Like if they
16.
get like a spell or a
Correct.
debuff or something.
Correct.
Cool.
Good
Their
for like
AC cannot
wizards
be
and
less than 16.
squishy things.
Squishy wizards.
people that have
Well, you're
no
a muscle
AC.
wizard, so
Oh, of course, we.
yeah.
Come on,
you-
Jeffrey.
You do not have to maintain concentration on
Can I put bark skin on Jeffrey?
Jeffrey!
that. You can.
My little wooden donkey.
Wooden donkey.
That's too cute. What's Jeffrey's AC?
Like
11.
So yeah,
So
we
that
wanna
would
keep
boost
him alive.
him.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I don't want Jeffrey to die.
It's not good for you, but you're already 18, so.
That's cute.
But Josh,
10, in fact.
Josh
Oh
or me
yeah,
will be
Josh
fine-
is
will be
very squishy.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, I'm 13. That's
So squishy.
it's
Standard.
fine. I'm at the back.
fine. 11.
Are you serious?
No. Of course.
It's 12.
I'm here at 18.
You're
Oh, is
like
that just
almost
'cause
on
you
a
don't-
par with
I don't have any
Jeffrey.
dex bonus.
Come on, Jeffrey.
I'm only
Yeah.
13 because I've
We
got.
got to stick
AC,
together.
I've
AC
got
buddies,
+3
21
dex.
AC together.
I'm just always used to playing like barbarians and monks with you.
Low AC, high HP.
That was my barbarian, yeah.
So Jeffrey will plod along, and he's a little bit shaky on his legs as he goes across the ice. You are now seeing a donkey ice skating.
Aww.
And a terrified look comes across his face. Like, donkeys, you normally can't see much expression, but this is like a...
It's okay, Jeff.
I like trying to like make eye contact with him. Like, don't look at, just look at me. Just look at me. Come on.
I
And, like-
splash water from underneath.
Oh no.
And he almost falls, and he stumbles like on one knee, and then...
As that
Come on,
happens, I'm gonna cast silent image basically on Hashkar as being like this giant octopus, like
Oh my god.
beginning to sort of like
Terrifying.
rise out as it splashes Jeffrey.
Did you forget how mean these people were?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Actually forgot.
Me too.
What a load of dicks. Poor Jeffrey.
Don't drop our stuff, Jeffrey.
Jeffrey is terrified. He stops moving halfway across.
Jeffrey.
Oh, come on, buddy.
He's too scared to move back because it's so icy.
There's no
Right,
ice behind.
you have to go and get him.
There's no ice.
There's
on.
only ice where he is. That's it. That's the ice I
Can
can
I just
make.
push the ice?
I can make like 10, 15 feet of ice. That's it.
Just,
Oh.
just like make the ice in front of him and just like slowly melt the stuff behind.
Yeah, that's
him. And
legit.
just like slowly just force him forward.
Jeffrey, it's melting.
If you kill our donkey on a jeep, I will never forgive you.
Don't let the octopus get you, Jeffrey.
Donkeys swim. It's fine.
Yeah, you'll be
I've
fine.
never seen a donkey swim.
We swim, sure.
Horses swim.
Never seen a pig fly.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Or an ant person.
Yeah.
Can I like
Come on, Jeffrey.
use druidcraft to like conjure a bunch of hay or something
Nice.
and like
Like the carrot sort of thing.
yeah, just kind of like come on, go on.
Hay on a magic hand. Instead of carrot on a stick.
Yeah.
Ah, I see.
That's the magical version. Yeah, so eventually Jeffrey will make it across. But he is absolutely terrified and he pees himself.
You two,
Oh.
you two,
Fair.
that was longer than it needed to be.
Yeah,
because
that was. I just said I just flashed. Fucking. It was this guy. It was this
Come
guy.
on, I can't not take advantage
We're
of that.
good.
That spell slot will take 2 days to regenerate.
hey Link, your Prince of Hell is showing.
Yeah.
Oh!
I'm comfortable with who I am.
Ah, yes! Lucretia will chime in saying, "Ah, yes, your father would be very proud."
He's still around.
Oof.
Lucretia is around.
Okay, so the story. I'm eating a kebab as someone tells the story, please.
Okay, cool.
Meat on a stick.
So, I will just go through this very briefly. He will travel through the night, so you are able to take the evening to do your short rest.
Mm-hmm.
And he will travel throughout the course of the day. When you wake up, he will ask for your stories. And as we go through each story, we will move you along on the water. So, as far as night travel goes, he will take you to the bottom right. Yep. And up that way, yes. And during the night travel, that is as far as he will get you.
Okay.
And then, when you wake up in the morning, in fact, you can go one more north of that.
Up, straight up.
Yep, straight up.
Are we eating food? We're eating food, aren't we, that night?
Yeah, let's make a little fire.
Well, no,
Whale's
but
back.
we've got a ration.
And the back of this whale is very, very
Yeah, it's
coarse.
fine. Don't worry about the way.
You can see
Probably
that.
nice and warm for it.
Barnacled.
Yeah.
Yes, and it looks like there's lots of like scarring and
It still feels me.
yeah, it's very rough, almost like kind of like tarmac. You know, it's sort of like slightly rubbery texture. It's
Yeah.
not like rock solid like concrete. It still sort of bends as you apply a lot of pressure to it, but it is quite coarse and tough.
It's like that stuff at playgrounds.
Yeah.
It's
Asphalt,
Yes.
rubbery but
Rubbery bits.
sort of stiff.
Yeah. Exactly. And so you wake up in... Yes, that is the correct place. So yes, if you're eating rations, mark your rations off.
Does anyone have a eraser?
No, I don't have my
Thank you.
pencils.
I know.
I don't know where
I don't know.
I
if
left them.
We don't have any.
So is it story time straight away?
Yeah, so as you wake up, what I'll do is we'll work it as if you were traveling along water. So we'll give your actions. You won't have to do a navigation check because he will navigate you along the water. But if you wanted to try and fish in the waters, you're more than welcome to. Give it a try, and
How
we'll
does
do
he
it.
feel about that?
He's fine. He's got his mouth open and he's just
Okay. He
shilling for krill.
He understands the circle of life.
Exactly. As long as you're not killing other, and he'll tell you that he is called a balaena. Balaena. That is what he is.
That's Italian
That's like
for whale.
his species of
it?
thing. Yeah, baleen whale.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Baleen whales are the ones that have the bristles instead of teeth. They're like the filter feeder ones. Like blue whales.
It's a very efficient way of eating.
Be great if we
You can
could do that.
multitask. I would be so much bigger.
Tasty. We would be
so-
the size of whales.
And that's WALES.
Literally.
Yeah.
That was a slow burner. That was like lighting a fuse.
So, if anyone would like to forage for the day, anyone would like to scout, someone would like to keep watch because you are travelling above the water, he is not able to submerge you.
Do we still have exhaustion?
You can take
If
the
you
rest
have
action
exhaustion.
during the
I'm
day.
gonna rest.
I got nothing. I'm good.
I am fully healthy, so I'll do whatever you need me to do.
Yeah, I think I'm good. I've just got. Actually, I've
Oh,
spent.
Really dirty character
Condition.
sheet. What you got?
I know. It got a bit
No-
wet, so
no
this
exhaustion.
is like mold, I think.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. So it's in my bag.
Don't rub at it more, it's fine.
Just breathe in the spores.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
So, would anyone like to do any foraging for the day?
That
is a
who
survival
wants to
check,
fish?
Not
Who
today. I
wants
think
to
I'm gonna.
fish?
I'm gonna rest today. Get my
Yeah,
spell
let me
slots
rest
and
as
stuff
well.
back.
If we need, I can, but if we don't need,
I thought it was a
We
good
We
news.
always need.
We
Yeah.
can always.
Are you fully
do
healthy,
more.
or do you need to? Like, have you got all your
I have
spell
full
slots and stuff?
HP. No, I don't have full spell slots.
Okay, well I'm full and raring to go, so
Yeah.
I'll fish.
I think anyone that can rest
Okay.
should rest.
Yeah.
Just because it's unlikely anything that's gonna happen.
Wow, you don't know that.
Are you full?
Well, Silvertail will look after us.
Spike? Hashkar, are you full?
I'm resting.
You're resting. I think.
Interesting.
So it's just me.
Just you foraging?
I guess.
That's fine. You don't need a navigator. D, are you resting or are you going
Resting,
to scout?
resting, please.
You're resting. Excellent. And is anyone going to do any watches?
I guess not.
Fuck it.
We're telling stories. We're sitting around the thing.
That was fine. Okay.
That was safe.
In which case, it's going to be pretty much the same no matter where you're doing. So, would you like to do the foraging check now, just so we've got it out of the way?
That's terrible. That's a 6.
6 on the
Why do
river
I
is
always
not enough,
roll
I'm afraid.
Bad on foraging checks.
I always roll bad on
So
them.
by the end of the day, you'll have to mark off another 7 actions.
Yeah. I always fail.
That's fine. So, we begin the morning, and Silvertail will say, "Now, who would like to start?"
Spike will take a meditative pose, legs crossed, as he sits near the head of the whale, and he begins retelling the story.
I'll play some accompanying music while you're doing this.
We awoke along the river of forgotten memories, sent to hell by acts of our own making, though we would have no memory of black bargains made with red devils. Out into Avernus we journeyed, unknown and untrusting of each other, blades held closely, and words held even closer. Suspicion would have won, should have won, but hellfire has a way of forging even the most stubborn of steel. In the space left empty by the passing of the river, we gave each other names. It was practical and necessary. But also the greatest seed planted whose branches would slowly entangle us all together, without us even realizing. He takes a sip of tea. Step by step, one by one, we each discovered what was lost. We learned our bodies, our strengths and weaknesses, what we were. Moreover, unwittingly, we filled the spaces left empty by making new things, new ways to look at the world, new ideas. new people to fill the nothing that was there. Trial and tribulation forced us together, and together we journeyed towards our eventual salvation.
Lovely.
It was so dang beautiful.
That was quite scary.
Okay. On the map, if you move yourself northeast 1 hex.
Me? How about that?
So, who is next?
Well, I'm.
If you want, or I can go next, because
Oh, it's fine.
I'm gonna tell the story of Hersum, the Goblin King.
If you would like.
That
to
is
go
the next
first.
thing chronologically, I
that's the
think.
next one.
Then you shouldn't have said go, buddy.
Oh no, I meant to move the
Oh. I thought you meant speak. I was like, okay.
My story won't be as eloquently put as my friend here,
Why not?
but I
Do
will
better.
tell you about the Goblin King, a man without which we would not be here today. He rules a kingdom of goblins in a land of desolation, really. It's a desert land, hot, arid, and we were lost in it until we found him, and he put us on a track. He's a bit weird. He dresses in purple.
Very
He acts
spankly.
a bit strangely.
He's got really tight trousers.
He does. But very capable, very knowledgeable, and he seems to command the respect of his goblin kin. In the end, he put us on our path. We managed to do his bidding, which benefited us all. He bestowed gifts, great riches upon us. This bow, the rags we were wearing no longer, were befitting us. We have these cloaks, these beautiful things. And we parted ways as friends. And we found Sigil because of him. And like I said, we are here because of him. If you ever find yourself in his lands, make sure you visit
The Goblin King.
the Goblin King, also known as Hersam.
Beautiful.
Oh, one last thing I want to say. The even weirdest part of him is that he thinks he manifests everything that is in existence. Crazy fucking man.
He thinks,
He's one of
therefore
them.
he is.
He thinks
Therefore he does.
everything it exists.
And I got
Still.
a pair of his pants.
Decent guy. Solid guy.
What a nice bloke.
He was a nice guy.
Who's this guy?
For someone ruling a portion of hell, surprisingly decent. At least on the surface. Yeah.
He's ruining the one that goblins in
Just
it.
don't look in those pants.
Yeah.
Okay, if you'd like to move yourself northeast 1 more hex. Who would like to go next?
What's the next one chronologically?
I think probably you chronologically. Oh, part of my story sort of spans from before yours to after yours.
Same.
Oh, that's true. Well, why don't we do one of yours and then mine and then the other one?
Sure.
Yeah?
I'll step up with my
Don't be shy now, Link.
with my my violin in hand.
Never
And
been shy
I'll-
before.
I'll start playing basically as sort of a bit of a jaunty kind of song to make it into a bit of a folk tale almost, something like that. I'll say in one of the most horrible, dingy, disgusting houses I've ever been in. It happened to be Dee's house. We found a jar.
I made a profit when I sold it.
The housing market is just messed up right now. Even though I can turn a profit.
Coming up, D.
Yeah. We found a jar, a large jar. And as I touched the jar, a voice from inside spoke my name, although I didn't know it was my name at the time. The soul inside the jar was none other than my adoptive father.
What?
Gasp.
That was the first of two very shocking revelations. The second was to come immediately after, and that was that he was put there, maliciously, I might add, by our good friend D here. He was travelling under a different name at the
Previously, the artist previously known as...
The necromancer previously known as D.
Let's be honest. We all had a colourful past.
This was further confirmed by the Book of Dark Arts that he found, that he certainly possessed, containing some of the information on how he had achieved this terrible rite. Attempting to destroy it, D made a mistake. That consulting Link first, Link, let's say, heroically lashed out and
Emotionally.
and made his feelings known. But we did come to an amicable agreement that such knowledge should not be lost until the spell had been reversed. Anyway, long story short, we broke into the mortuary, we stole my dad's corpse, walked him out past all of the crazy cultists that work there, and then we wrapped him up in the hair of a god?
Gave away a godly gift, yes.
I mean, it was a sort of scaly horse. Like, what kind of god is that, though?
This D fellow also put himself in the eye sights, in the iron sights, in the magic wand sights of the mortuary people. Oh, sorry. I interrupted.
I do appreciate the heroic way in which you saved my father from yourself.
Made amends,
Yes, somewhat.
let's be honest.
Anyway, he came back to life, happy reunion, and sent him on his way. And we'll hopefully be meeting up again. But, yeah. In the meantime, got another dad. That's another story there. Doesn't matter. Who's next?
Another story for another square.
Yeah.
Yep. And that is how this is going to work. Every time you tell a story, you get to move a square.
Yeah.
Maybe we should split them up. And we get to go further.
We got another one, it's fine. We can get
Yeah.
another story.
We got plenty of stories.
Who would like to go next?
Do
I'll
you
go
wanna
next.
move?
Do we move?
Yeah, move it, sorry. More to the northeast again.
I'll go next, if that's all right with y'all.
Yep.
There was once a great mountain blessed by gods, and at the bottom of this mountain lay a small town. And in this town, there were people of all kinds, including adorable little fluffy dogs running around doing errands for people.
Few dogs.
So if you're ever in need of directions, ask a dog, is what we learned very quickly there. And one day, there became an almighty marching sound. And the marching sound came from, and I will try and change my form into something Modron-like.
Wow.
I
As
know I
much as you
can't do it
can.
really, but like just like square off my edges
Yeah.
if I can.
Let's cosplay a modern.
give me an hour and some cardboard.
Obviously, I'm still like part rooster, so this is not as effective as it
Yeah.
usually would be. But the cause of this marching sound was the Modrons. And the Modrons, and I'm doing this like changing my form, but like obviously the whale can't fucking see me because I'm on top of him.
Yeah.
But whatever, it's good practice. And the Modrons were very single-minded. All they could think about was their instructions. And the smallest Madron could think one word. And the slightly bigger Madron could think 2 words. And then the bigger Madrons could think 3 words, and on and on and on it went. And we found out that this march was taking place too early. In fact, this march was going on so much that it was traveling the plains and has made its way here to the Beastlands. So we've heard. But let's go back to that tiny little town at the bottom of the big mountain. Now, this tiny town was about to be completely obliterated, completely smooshed down by the feet of these unrelenting Madrons. So we decided, of course, as the heroic, kind-hearted souls that we are, that we would try and save this town. So we were evacuating everyone possible, and we were trying to get women and children and babies and everyone out. And we found that there was a group of people set up in this here old house. Apparently was some kind of temple to them, for them. And they wouldn't move because they didn't want their precious artifacts getting trampled or left behind. So our very smart, I was about to call you a tiefling.
Fairy?
A very smart fairy. She came up with a cunning plan to use me as a decoy, and I changed into the ghostly figure that I was before.
Sprite's gonna like jump because like remembering how good it was.
And we came up with a big old ruse. So I would go up there and I would present myself to these followers as their god. And I would convince them that it was okay to leave the house and it was okay to save themselves. And you know what? They did. And we got everyone out of that town and no one got hurt. And the Madron March swept through and looked through everywhere, carried on their way. And at the end of it, we all had beers. Because it was actually one of the only buildings left standing.
It's a good story. Very good story.
Excellent. So, if you would like to move yourself, I believe it's 1 more northeast.
That is where the water flows.
Go where the water goes.
Gotta go where the water goes. Do what the water does.
So I'm just double checking where we are.
That's right.
Is this our stop? Press the button.
Ding ding. Nope, we got some more going.
What's the name of this river?
The River Oceanus.
Oceanus.
Next stop. Standing stones.
Please keep your
Wow.
hands and feet inside the vehicle until it has come to a complete stop.
Mind the gap.
Is this all same day?
This is all the same day.
Guys,
Whoa,
fast!
so fast.
He's a big, strong
Faster
boy.
than we were going.
So fast.
Wells apparently can move remarkably fast, as I found out.
They're strong. They're all muscle.
Yeah.
When they want to go, man, they go.
When
Bigger
they
than
wanna go, they go.
dinosaurs. Bigger than dinosaurs.
So,
Bigger than dinosaurs.
who is next?
Are they bigger than dinosaurs?
Or who's...
Are you sure?
Yeah, who's next?
Biggest one?
I think
Is bigger
I
than
think it's
dinosaurs.
you.
there's only me left.
Yep.
Better make it a good one, I guess.
I have a story!
Oh, Lucretian's here. I keep
Lucretian
forgetting.
has a story.
Lucretian has the best stories, to be fair. Maybe we should save the best till last, eh?
That's very kind of you.
Yeah, well, you know, you guys are really good storytellers, by the way.
Thank you.
Oh, shucks.
I know. I've probably lived 7 of your lifetimes.
Yeah, I bet you've seen some things.
I've seen many things.
Mm.
At the rate that you live. Yeah.
You ever seen someone that looks like me?
I've seen you, yes.
I walked right into that one, didn't I? Oh.
Tell your story.
Okay, well,
Man,
oh
go.
gosh, my story is called Looking for Oleander, and it starts with a river, and it ends with a river, which is kind of neat. So we all woke up on the banks of the River Styx, like our friends have recounted, and that was very, very scary and confusing. But we all somehow became friends and managed to help each other find our lost identities somehow to a degree. And we had a lot of, well, I say we had a lot of fun along the way. We had some fun along the way.
Some adventures.
We definitely had a
for
lot of
sure.
adventures for sure. We went from the, I may misremember the names, I apologise. The plains, the infernal plane?
Avernus in
Avernus.
the 9 houses, also known as Beator.
Beator, that was it, I remember now. And we rode on the back of, well, they weren't quite motorbikes.
Soul bikes!
They were
Soul
soul
bikes,
bikes, powered by soul coins, which was really exciting in the beginning, but then we discovered that the soul coins that we were spending were the actual souls of
The
poorly
damned.
departed damned people. We had some encounters with some scary dogs, and eventually, well, we ended up in Sigil for a little while, and Sigil was a very unfriendly place in my personal experience. There was a little moment in a theatre, we won't go into it. And everything was big and kind of grey and dark and scary, and I'm a small person. But one day we went past a beautiful garden, and I was so drawn to this garden, and all I could think of was that I had to find some oleander, a beautiful flower. And I looked and I looked and I couldn't find anything, but there was something tugging me back to this garden. But put it to the side and carried on with our adventures. Eventually, I started to have some visions, and I started to get some glimpses into my previous life, and it started us down a path, and eventually we ended up here in the Beastlands, where we travelled through desert and woodland and jungle, and we saw these kind of strange floating singing things and fought snakes, and eventually we found the place I've been looking for all along. We found the Great Wheel Cosmology, and it was there that I found my Oleander, or a vision of him at least, because Oleander was my husband, and I will never see him again.
That's sad.
And I had a hole in my heart this whole time that I didn't understand, and I finally understood it. And now, after some more adventures, I have a whole new appearance, and this hole in my heart has now been replaced with something different. And I just show my glowing chest, and now I have a new thing to look for and a new story to unravel, but I can't tell you because it hasn't happened yet.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Beautiful.
So you can move yourself one more northeast. Now, I have a story to tell you all. Have you ever been with an Asima and a Tiefling at the same time?
Whoa!
Everyone looks at Luke.
Go on.
And he'll recount this very sordid ordeal.
Yes.
That can happen? You can do that?
I'd be like, whoa, slow down.
So,
So
the
how
leg,
barbed
so one
are we
leg goes
talking?
left, the barbs go right.
You got the wings
Ow.
to deal with as well. Imagine they get in the way more than anything.
Oh yes, most definitely. But he'll recount his story as well. He'll tell the story of how a very long time ago, and I say a very long time ago, it's not a particularly long time ago, but I don't know. What is time? Time is a construct. Philosophy, blah blah blah. Anyway, there were these some very weird people. Some of them were good, some of them were evil, I'm not sure. They broke into my lord's castle tower thing, and well, my boss wasn't happy, I got fired. I became an imp. I met this guy after I stole a sword. You'll point to D. And
Correct.
he stabbed me. Very nice guy.
Wait a minute. What? I feel like all these stories are painting me in the incorrect.
No, it was a wonderful experience.
Yes, he asked me.
He ran his sword through me.
He asked me to, and it was all good. It was
I got
still
penetrated by him.
Oh, you got penetrated by the sword. I had nothing to do
Yeah,
with
you
it.
penetrated me with your sword.
Technically, it's correct, but it doesn't sound good.
Anyway, long story short, this is me. And I met up with a guy who said that he could take me places.
Haven't we all?
This is the story of a pretty woman.
Yeah.
And it's linked that.
What?
Yeah.
What's his name again?
It is.
Lucifer?
No, Princess Kovic. Princess Kovic.
Right. That sounds dark. Makes sense.
I mean, I've seen worse. My old lord Dispater was quite a. And you can see sort of like his smirk sort of trembles a little bit. Lovely guy.
Mm.
At least I get to travel a bit more rather than sticking around that big dingy tower. And they had with flowers and stuff like that.
Mm.
There was flowers in the tower?
Yeah, you put them on the wall and you can walk through the wall.
What?
Oh.
That's interesting.
That
What kind of
seems
flowers?
Interesting. Yeah.
I
Is
have
that
a
a particular flower,
I have
or
a
is it just
memory
any
of
flower?
this.
There were one specifically for this tower.
I have a memory of this, but I don't know where from. Maybe a past life.
It was a type of lotus, I think.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
There you go, there you
Oh
go.
yeah,
Mm.
I remember now.
You pulled them out, and you pulled them, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah! Have you been there before?
No, it's weird.
I have a story about
Head
that.
on a grapevine.
Probably my old memories just leaking.
Anyway, I've been sent here to get him. And he's a stubborn bastard. He ain't coming with me. He's not making my job easy.
He's busy for a minute.
If I get fired,
I've got stuff to do.
you're gonna owe me. I need retirement fund. Yes.
You need money. You use money.
Yeah.
You know what money is.
Soul coins.
Yeah, soul coins. I can trade them with a hag, and they're gonna get me up on the next step of the ladder.
Oh, there we go.
God.
Is
Great.
is Lucutian's story enough to get us to where we need to be? Or
It will move you to the next place, and that will be the end of the day.
Okay.
Straight up?
Straight up.
Directly north, yeah.
Now,
can I
Is
give-
there a fork in the road?
There is
River?
indeed a fork in the road. However,
Fork your road.
as you travel it, and the sun never sets, but you've told all of these stories, and it's been spread out over the course of the day. You've gone into great detail of everything that's happened, and eventually, as you're traveling up and you're starting to sort of feel a bit weary, you know, you've had your day's rest, there's you look to your left and you can kind of, from where he's taking you, you can kind of see the shoreline a little bit from this side. You can't see it to the right, but you can see it from the left. And you can see hundreds
oh, some mod runs.
trees
Oh.
Falling?
Slightly
that have
different.
been chopped down.
There we go.
Chopped,
Chopped or trampled?
trampled?
Ah.
Chopped down.
You can see
Like
Oh.
clean
Oh,
lines.
You can see the clean lines.
The
Interesting.
loggers have been.
And
doesn't
in
seem
front
bad.
of you,
it doesn't seem very beastlands.
going
does it?
over
Right.
the river, you can see a makeshift bridge
Oh,
Ah.
What?
has been assembled crossing the river.
what kind of bridge?
Oh
It's made out
god.
of wood.
Is it?
Made out of
Is
trees.
it just the
Made out of
trees, kind of like
It looks like a fully constructed
so
bridge.
like an architect designed it?
Yes.
Because it could have
Is
been
there
just a
anybody
raft.
Does this
Yeah.
does this bridge look big enough for, like, wide enough for an army of Modrons?
It does.
Oh
Okay,
god.
Is it similar to the one we saw?
It is.
Oh.
Of course, of course.
And
No,
is
we
it
just
like?
crossed the line.
Is it ahead of us? So it's like stopping us from progressing?
No, it goes up and over the bridge.
Over.
Over the water?
Over the water, yes.
So we can go under it.
You can go under it.
There's clearance. We don't need to pay the toll to open the bridge. It's fine.
Exactly.
Don't have to stop traffic for half an hour.
The silvertail will sort of like dip down and the tips of your
Fuck,
boots
my
get a
feet.
little bit wet.
Yeah.
You sort of duck to get underneath it.
Jeffrey,
It's
it's
like
okay,
a-
hold on.
We're in Venice.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it seems like they've been.
Hmm.
Which direction have they gone?
You can see that they're going east.
See, I told you those Modrons mean business.
Oh yeah, that's
So
what
we
I
did
know.
have the line.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
are
So
about
they're
to leave the.
Yeah, so they're already on the way out.
Okay. Oh, we don't need to worry in that case.
They are efficient.
They've done their business.
And it looks incredibly like regulated. Like everything is exactly
Yeah.
the right shapes, dimensions. It looks like they've
Like it's machine
taken
made.
probably as it looks almost machine made, and everything looks like they've only taken exactly what is needed in order to travel across. And this
Very
bridge goes
efficient.
on for miles. I mean, it goes beyond the scope of your vision.
the fog,
Whoa.
The fog of war.
the draw distance.
But it is a remarkable feat of engineering, and
That's
the
cool.
efficiency that they seem to have manufactured this is remarkable,
Respect.
considering of when you heard that they were sort of making their way through,
Oh.
and the amount of time that you've been here.
Well.
And you sort of duck underneath and move on past it.
All right. Well, I guess we don't have to worry about that.
So, you will have all managed to take your rests if you were resting. This will come towards the end of the day, so you'll be
Yes.
taking your nighttime short rest on top of your long rest.
So long rest for whoever rested.
Exactly. And a short
Nice.
rest for those that haven't, but I think it's maybe relevant. The only main thing is you were unable to forage any food.
Yeah, may I use the eraser again, please? Thank you.
Wow.
Another day bites the dust.
Sprite, as you take some time after all of the stories, as you're sort of settling yourself down, you believe the standing stones to be to your northwest.
Northwest, so towards where the river is heading. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So,
Depends how it falls.
well,
I think you can see it
how
there.
does it fork?
It goes north and northwest, is that right?
Yes. From our perspective, anyway.
Yes.
Mm. Yeah.
Yes. So you feel that it is, to your northwest.
Which way? Which way?
And
Northwest. I mean,
Maybe.
Perhaps.
okay.
you mentioned that you feel that it's towards the northwest.
Yeah.
Came to me in a dream.
Hmm.
It's more of a feeling.
Gonna go like Crocodile Dundee and be like, you know, weighing up the surroundings. Just gonna point.
Excellent. So as you take your night's sleep, the Belena, known as Silvertail, will say that he will ferry you through the night if you wish.
Hell yeah.
Good.
That's very kind.
Okay. As you sleep, if you would like to uncover northwest 2 spaces.
2.
Yep.
One of those. Those.
Ooh, it's curving.
Cool.
Are we taking turns taking watch? Just in case we see standing stones in the distance?
Yeah, I suppose so.
I'm going to
Yeah,
do
sure.
stuff now
Yeah,
because
'cause we
I've
must
had
be-
a rest.
Yeah, must be pretty close.
And then from there, because he took you 3 spaces last time, it is southwest that he will have taken you 1 space.
So 1, 2.
Yep.
And then down here.
Yep.
And we don't feel yet that it's time to disembark, do we?
Well, as you
Depends on where the feeling changes.
Yeah, learning spidey sense.
as you wake up and you sort of check your trajectory, you feel due north.
Immediately, change direction.
Yes.
We have to change.
Well, I don't think
You
you
can.
can. I think this is our stop.
This is
Yeah.
our stop.
We can't go any further. Wait. Unfortunately.
All
But as ever, guys.
What? Silvertail? Silvertail?
Silvertail.
Yes.
Hey, I think this might be our stop, friend.
You feel you are close to where you are going?
Ooh.
The river no longer goes the same direction we believe we need to go.
Unfortunately.
Well,
It sure has been a pleasure.
thank you for sharing your stories with me. I hope the endings of them are happier.
You are more useful than an elephant.
Any
I'm bigger than an elephant. What is an elephant?
Weird flex, but okay.
any parting wisdom, or like you've seen plenty?
If you have more stories to share, and you find yourself at the edge of the river Oceanus, sing the song of my people.
What is the song?
How does
of the
that go?
people?
And anyone who wishes to learn the song of his people that are able to play
Yes.
an instrument,
Yes. Yes.
he will, in beautiful Zelda Wind Waker fashion, teach you a song on a stone tablet, and then you stand there going.
Cool. I've never played that game.
There's-
So I assume
there's
that's how it goes.
Like one person watching that really appreciated that reference.
There is actually, is
Big
that?
Zelda fan.
No, I'm
At
just,
some point
I'm
in
just
the
saying.
future. At some point in
I'm
the
I'm just
future.
saying,
Yeah, yeah.
someone.
I got really excited. I was going to start talking to them. Fuck you guys.
I want a friendly one to it.
Hey, if you got that, hit him up.
Yeah, that means
He's
you,
lonely.
Patrick.
I just want somebody who understands
That's
me.
you, Craig.
Message me on Instagram right now when you watch this.
Fucking Craig.
Future historians in the year 2200, when you discover this footage, this is a very dated reference.
It was a dated reference when I made this reference. It's now even more dated.
I think that's what he meant.
Oh. I'm a dated reference, it seems. So those of you that are able to play an instrument, he will teach you how to summon him should you find yourself needing help on the River Oceanus. And
Cool.
all he would ask for in exchange is more stories of how things have been. You will have to play your instrument into the water.
Yeah. We can manage that.
It's very weird because you've never played like a string instrument, but as you sort of put it in and you sort of pull the strings, obviously you are unable to hear what's going on
Boom, boom, boom.
unless you submerge yourself in the waters. So I don't know
Yeah,
if you guys want.
Yeah, I'll try and hear it, I suppose.
And you can hear that the humming noise that he was making when you first met is actually an incredibly beautiful, almost like a symphony. The sounds that he is making feels almost like a full orchestra is making these sounds.
Do we have a stone? Do we have an unused
That
stone?
would be a good new experience.
I'm not sure.
Oh,
I think I do actually have a stone.
I don't think
I've got one stone that I haven't used because I had 2.
Yeah.
You managed to swindle 2.
Yeah, I did.
My
but
stone.
but you are going to like a sacrificial druid grove. That'd be cool to record.
That's true.
I literally can't remember what I had in mine.
It's like consumable items in a video game. Like you never use them. It's just like,
Just in case you have that one,
yeah.
and you get to the final boss, and then you can't use all of them because you've been saving them up and you've got too many.
Alright, I'll hold on to it.
Okay.
You're not gonna use it?
I feel like there might be some.
I know Brady had one, but I don't know if Brady's used one.
I don't think you've used one. I don't remember
You
you
have
used
too
one.
much stamina.
I know I used one coming down the mountain.
Yeah.
But I've handed that in when we
Yeah,
were
that
at
was
Sigil,
pre.
so
Sigil.
I'm gonna say that I have one. Fuck it. I'm gonna say that I have one, and I'm gonna
Do that.
record it. This underwater singing with the music whale coolness.
Nice.
So as you submerge yourself, you hear the sounds, and they sort of like, it's very peaceful melodic music for like a real world sort of thing. Think, was it New Age?
Yeah, I feel you.
New Age, but with more instruments.
Okay.
So it's like what they play at like the, I don't know, like one of those massage sort of
Yeah,
hippie shop kind of thing. Something like
exactly,
Sleep
Yeah.
that.
hypnosis.
Yeah, new age kind of shop. Yeah.
exactly.
That's what it sounds like.
That's what it sounds like.
Okay.
And you're able to replicate it on your chosen instrument of choice. And as you submerge your head, you can actually hear the sound reverberate through the waters. Like you are able to hear it. When you were playing it outside, you could hear nothing, but underneath, you can hear the entire scene, and it is incredibly beautiful. The song itself almost tells a story of its own without words. And he will say in your minds, should you need assistance on the River Oceanus, bring a story and play the song. And he will be there.
You can set up shop and sell this recording for $20.
Yeah.
Can I talk to you, just me and you, or every time we talk in our heads, go to everyone?
I can isolate the telepathic bond.
I would love to have a chat with you.
Yes. Piss off.
Rude.
Alright.
Oh,
Fish
sorry.
lips.
And you will break the telepathic connection to all of it.
Can I do like speak with animal? I can't tune back in that way. Can I?
That
Oh,
would be
hack
hilarious,
in the
though.
main
The,
frame.
the glass at the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it is telepathic,
Damn
so
it.
Damn.
it is direct to direct. But he will break. He won't say piss off. That was just me for comedic purpose.
So you said that you could like feel people's emotions. You could feel like the misery in the group.
Yes.
Could you feel anything else, like good feelings coming from people, certain people, towards other people?
I can feel people's intentions.
Can you give me the gossip?
Oh shit, man.
I'm afraid I cannot share what people feel inside their souls.
Oh, really?
That is theirs.
But what if, like, I knew that someone in the group liked someone else in the group, and I wanted to know if that other person liked them back?
I'm afraid I am sworn to secrecy.
We've got a real building right there thing going on.
Everyone's shipping Lincoln Hashcraft. That's some fancy.
Lashkar. I mean, I can respect that. That's actually that's very good of you, very noble of you. I suppose it's a bit sinful of me to want to pry into people's emotions like that.
I realize now.
I am sorry, but what is in their mind is in their mind. I will not share or break the confidence of what I have probed.
That's good to know.
What I probed.
That is good to
For
know.
want of a better term.
Well, thank you for
What I learned,
keeping that
what I gleaned.
secret out.
But I've
I do surely
Dug out.
appreciate that. And you're okay? You're happy? You like wandering this gigantic river?
I do. I see
you have
many
a mate?
different places.
Do you have a mate? Do you have a partner? Do you have someone that
We
you go home
occasionally
to?
find.
long distance.
Yeah.
We occasionally find mates, but we do not bond for life.
One night stands.
Yeah.
That's fair. I can appreciate that.
It's a big river.
But I have travelled many planes.
Have you ever been to Batopia?
Now, let's find out which planes the River Oceanus travels through.
That's exciting.
Maybe.
I always give Carl the hard questions.
I know.
Maybe Oceanus connects to the Styx.
So we can get off here and then
Oh,
back
shit.
on.
Just
Every time
float
he goes
down the river.
Every time he goes to the Styx, he forgets.
And now we
his
have
room.
transportation. We've actually done this
I've
loop
never
like
been
7
to
times.
hell.
I've never ever
I've
been
never been to hell. I've never been to hell.
He's actually like met the Goblin King a million times.
Every
He
time
doesn't remember it.
Hiram sees it, he's like, oh my god.
This
it's
guy
bad.
again.
Guys,
Hi.
pretend you don't know him. It's better for his mental health.
Oh my god.
That's funny.
So, the River Oceanus goes through Elysium,
Mm-hmm.
winds through 4 of the layers of Elysium, the 3 layers of the Beastlands, a layer of
Like these-
Mount Olympus,
Gaps.
Ooh.
Fine.
Mount Olympus or
Throws-
Mount Celestia? That's a different place.
Olympus in Arborea, sorry.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It goes for a layer of Olympus in Arborea, and then it ends. It then also flows through Yggdrasil.
Okay, so
Oh,
he's never
shit.
been to Batopia.
Oh shit.
He's not been to Baidopia.
This is the river that waters Yggdrasil.
Does what?
Waters Yggdrasil.
You've never picked up anyone that knew of anything about the Aeon acting troupe, do you? I'm sorry for all the questions. I'm happy to give you another story. I've got stories for days.
I'm afraid I have not.
Well, I sure do thank you for your time.
That is fine. I appreciate your stories. And as I said, if you find more, please do share them.
I will surely remember that.
You okay?
Yeah. Just
Just looking.
looking.
Okay, that's me. I'm done.
The art. Very nice.
I like Silvertail. He's cool.
He's really cool.
What
He's no
useful thing you've
snitch.
encountered here.
He isn't.
He ain't no snitch.
He doesn't.
He knows a word on the street.
You know the scar because snitches get stitches, you know. Not doing that again.
Why does he sound like a stoner?
He used to be like that, and then he calmed.
When
down
in his
as
younger
he's-
days.
Yeah.
Ah.
And he's mellowed out now.
Ah.
He's
Well,
like an
yeah,
old
sounds
hippie.
like it.
He used to ride the waves.
There's some pretty nerdy waves in Elysium.
Oh gosh.
Right, so we're on terra firma.
Yeah. Like, as ever, you know, I don't expect anyone to come with me on this.
Oh, shut
Well,
up.
Come
Goose
on.
chase it may turn out to be a
Christ.
wild goose
Oh, really?
chase.
Been here for
I'll
weeks.
just, if that's fine, I'll just go.
We've been here for weeks, and now
Yes,
you tell
please,
us
let's
this.
go!
Weeks in.
I start reading
Nobody
my squirrel
forced you.
plane shift.
That's what I'm saying.
Bye.
Bye, Felicia.
Point us in the right direction. Let's go.
North.
So,
Let's go.
we'll select our travel
Yes.
actions.
Let's go.
Okay. So, first of all,
Someone
how,
else
Chaser.
take punt today. I am.
Travel speeds. How
Done
fast do you want to travel?
How fast do we feel? How close do we feel we are?
Do
Pretty
I
close.
feel like
You feel pretty close.
a vibration, like an energy, like what?
Let's go faster.
Yeah,
we arrive
in her
exhausted.
pants.
Yeah.
It'll be funnier.
No way.
As fast as we can.
In her bark.
Wow.
A bark is worse than a bite.
Oh,
She got wood.
I got a honeycomb.
Oh.
Got some bees.
Bees in the trap.
You come on over here and pollinate me.
Ooh.
Wow.
Do you wanna come in and pollinate
These
my
two.
flower?
These two.
This is a family show.
Is it though?
We
not.
We have a
It's definitely
disclaimer
not a
that says
family
it's
show.
not.
That I
Established
miss
pretty early
souls.
on.
So
By the way, Max, if you're watching this, good boy. There's a guy from Knit Group who plays D&D with his kids, but his kids are off at uni. And he was like, "Can I watch your stream?" And I was like,
Aw,
"Yes,
that's so nice.
yes, Max."
Nice.
Shout out to Max.
Well, that does actually make me think because my friend Patrick, Paddy,
Shout out.
shout out
gets
Patrick.
a massive shout out because he is like our most devoted
Yes.
friend
Over
of
Christmas.
Hodge Podge Tavern.
He's catching up over
Yeah.
Christmas.
Oh, that's so.
And he always
brilliant.
has nice comments, and he gets involved, emotionally invested.
Excellent.
at
That's
times.
amazing.
So thank you, Patrick. I love you. But
Thanks,
also,
Patrick.
if we have
Not one
potentially even only 2 viewers,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
called Max and Paddy. Do you remember that show? Nobody
Oh.
remembers. I'm looking at the people who are not necessarily from the UK.
No.
No.
Nobody remembers that show.
Sorry.
Not if you. No. Oh,
I mean, only
you're all
one.
foreign.
And you're too young.
Well, not you, but
You're
you're
te-
foreign to me.
You're technically foreign too.
You're
Yeah.
English.
Hold on, I'm the foreigner. We're in England right now.
This isn't England.
So
This is the
Sorry.
Beastlands.
We got off
we
track.
go. Do we feel like we could be there today?
Quite
If we
potentially.
rushed.
Fast.
Go.
Please
Gotta
arrive
save
there
this
exhausted.
girl.
It'll be hilarious.
Imagine if we sleep and your daughter dies overnight, and we get there. Oh, she died last night. She died last night.
She died 50
Do-
years ago.
You've always
Do we
been
feel like-
there.
If we travelled medium, would we get there today? Is that the
You're not sure.
Ah,
Fast.
that was
fast,
telling.
fast,
That was
fast,
telling.
Alright.
Fast, fast, fast,
Yeah.
fast.
I gave you one indication. That's all you get.
Fast.
But
Yeah, let's get
we
fast.
we only get the.
Still got a con save for exhaustion.
Yeah, but we would only
Christ,
get
con
that
saves.
after the rest or at the end of the night.
Yeah.
So if we get there before then, we won't get it.
That's true.
We have to
Correct.
fight before we get it.
Let's do it.
Mechanics! Exploit them! Let's go!
Okay.
My very poorly thrown together mechanic.
Let's go.
They
Do
worked
it.
pretty well.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, not too bad.
Okay, no stealth. Watch has disadvantage, and we all do a con save for exhaustion at the end of the day.
If you-
Who is anyone foraging?
Do we?
This is
Should we?
survival.
We don't have time to forward.
Let's
Okay.
go. Let's
Who's
go.
navigating? Amber Messenger.
I have +3.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I have
An
some
advantage,
knowledge.
probably.
Oh, do I have advantage on
I'll go and
navigating?
watch because that's my best.
I'm
Perception?
scouting, which is the most useless thing, but I'll do it anyway.
And then
I mean, it
rest
gives you
and
knowledge
help.
of what's going on, so if you do
I'll
need to make a
let you
return
know where
trip.
she-
I'll
do it.
assist with.
Yeah, but if you need to make a return trip,
True.
Yeah.
I will help our Amber Messenger
they
person.
already have advantage.
I will help.
What were you doing?
I'll assist you in scouting.
Let's go! Scout buddies! You
Okay.
go in front.
What are you
So,
doing?
So-
Watching.
so I have disadvantage, so I'm now straight roll.
Straight roll.
Forager, you are at the edge
Straight
of the.
roll.
Oh no, nobody's foraging.
No one's foraging.
It's a perception. Roll the perception
That's
for the day.
watch. That's you.
Oh, that's
Josh.
perception me?
Yep.
Oh, 19 plus.
Ooh.
Enough.
You're over 20.
What is my perception? Plus 5.
Excellent.
I get a plus 1.
Okay, so this.
Because of my
Roll them dice.
Okay.
faction.
Scout. What hex would you like to uncover and do the check?
Shit. I already rolled. It's a natural 20. I'm going straight where we're going. I want to know where we're going. I'm going straight north.
Wow.
Okay, yeah, that works.
Yay.
We get to see it.
You get to see it.
Ah,
Ooh.
feel
Forest.
F for Philippe.
Forest. Not yours.
No.
Okay, but can we go?
So, roll me a navigation
Don't
check.
Can we
fail.
go?
Pick it up.
Exactly.
Boom.
I probably should have checked what the weather's like.
That's
Oh, yeah.
14.
14
Good
from
enough.
River is enough.
Oh, you lucky girl.
There is 0 obstacles. It's literally beach.
Oh,
She drowns in the middle
into the water.
She just drowns.
Well, we might have got swept up. And
Yeah, some kind of
pushed down.
snake might have
It's
jumped
like,
out.
guys, she got it wrong. Are we just gonna blindly follow her? Like, we have to.
Every time
We're
I got
her
it wrong,
friends.
every time I got it wrong before, my
It was for a
magical
reason.
instinct
Exactly.
took me
Okay,
where we
okay.
needed to go.
True.
Okay.
It is extremely hot.
Oh,
Just
What
'cause I just stepped on the
happens
shore.
when it's extremely hot?
yeah.
Well, that depends on
Oh.
where you end up going.
Oh,
That's
really?
usually like,
Because I know.
Exhaustion?
exhaustion.
Yeah.
Check. So we might be getting there with double exhaustion.
Sprite.
Okay,
Oh,
that's
no.
the first
Where to?
hex.
Right.
Next hex.
Okay, so you are able to move on up, yeah?
We're
Yeah.
in the forest.
Let's see what happens in the
Not
forest.
the fields.
first.
Double
In the
exhaustion.
forest, the mighty
God, this would be
forest,
hilarious.
we
It would be
get
really funny.
exhaustion
Just get
tonight.
We're like,
We arrive there and we're like,
if we play horrendously badly, we could genuinely just die at the end of the day. Get 5 exhaustion, just fucking die.
Like, you
Just
miss.
like crawling.
You can't run.
we get,
You miss. You miss.
Yeah. to the fucking jail.
You
Like
failed
a-
the save.
Like a dolphin, apparently they just stop. They decide to stop breathing when they decide it's time.
It's amazing.
Oh,
I wish
Jesus.
we
They're
could
like,
do it
I'm
as
just not gonna go
humans.
back. I'll just
Fair
go.
enough.
I'll just stay.
I wish we
here.
could do it as humans. That'd be amazing.
As you travel into
That's
the
dark.
forest,
Well, it's so fucking sad when you're watching old people just suffer. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I think
Yeah.
we can.
That got really
Circumstances.
serious.
I mean,
Just like choose
Just
to
get
stop
bathtub.
breathing. Just choose to stop breathing.
there's also the classic
like-
winter
A
walk.
bathtub and a cinder block.
Yeah.
The toxic masculinity way to die. Just hold your breath.
Yeah.
fuck you! You're telling me to breathe!
I won't do what you tell me.
As you begin
God.
to travel into the forest, you feel an intense heat. And as you-
What about me?
I mean, it's intense heat.
But do I feel at home?
You
Do we feel
Yeah,
at home?
like, yeah, are we like a little bit inured to this?
I thought
You are
were
a little bit
half-elf.
inured to this.
I'm just very tough.
Oh wow.
I'm naturally so hot. But,
Oh baby.
Those saunas, all those saunas.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard
You
about that.
feel that intense heat, and then you smell
Oh.
a very strong smell
Not sulfur.
of smoke.
Oh, fire. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Someone's
Well, let's
blazing
have
it.
this.
And then you feel,
Oh no, forest fire, no.
and then you feel there are animals, and they are running.
As
What?
in, they're coming towards us, so like we're heading towards. Can we see
Badness.
a big pall of smoke or something like that?
And then you start to see the smoke.
Oh dear.
Oh, is that where we're supposed to go, Sprite?
Let's go. Roasted
Right.
koala.
I'm trying to think.
You
We
can
don't
pick it
have
off the
time.
trees.
This ain't gonna be good.
What kind of animals are like? Are they like?
We won't have
You've
to do
got-
foraging checks
You've got
anymore.
quills, you've got apes, there are bears.
Get the nets
boars.
out.
I could speak to one of them and find out.
They might not be
Yeah.
I think they're,
panic. They might be
I
panicking.
think
Also,
they're just
We can
terrified.
see the fire.
Can we?
You can see smoke, and you can feel an intense heat.
Well, I'm gonna run
Where?
towards the smoke.
Oh, shit.
In the opposite way of the animals.
Oh, shit.
I'm just gonna run.
Are we going with her?
Let's go.
Well, we gotta go.
So now we're running towards the fire. Okay.
I'm the last one to start running because I think I'll look towards Silvertail. There's a fire. It'll take a second.
I just want to sunbathe on his back some more.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And as you start to move forward, you see the flames, and they are erupting, licking between all of the trees. The trees are dry. The creatures that are of the forest are running for their lives.
And I'm a tree. I'm pretty flammable right
Yeah,
now.
but
You're full tree. You're so flammable. This is the worst idea.
Yeah, but that's
Miracle!
part of my faction.
coming home.
I do things without thinking. I just go
This
with
Which
my
is
gut.
completely
That's
fair.
true.
Yeah.
So,
That's true, man.
we're going to
Miracle,
roll
remember
ourselves
you're a tree.
into a skill challenge.
Oh,
Hey.
Oh, okay.
You have run into a
This is so
burning
hard.
forest.
And you are made of wood.
You are made of wood. One of you is made of wood. One of you is made of metal. Don't touch it.
He's gonna be so
He's like-
hot.
It's like a human barbecue.
You're starting to like melt.
So, all around you are all manners of creatures. You've got the flying monkeys, you've got the giant gorillas, giant boars, elephants, bears, apes. You've got the quills, the giant like porcupine things the size of horses.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they're all running and fleeing and trying to escape from these flames. And you can see them, and they are spreading, fast. What are you all going to try and do in order to either avoid or outfire? What is your plan?
So, is it like a line of fire? Is it like in that way? Is it coming this way?
So the fire is literally, it's just spreading rapidly. This
In all directions.
is going in all directions. This is a natural wild forest fire.
Oh no.
It is so hot and everything is so dry.
How higher?
The canopies of the trees in the forest are about 30 feet, 40 feet tall.
Okay.
I got an idea.
Okay. Are there any small animals? I know.
There are lots of small animals. There are
You always
everything.
mention like the big ones.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
They're
are
the
there
most
like
obvious
little
ones.
voles
Yeah,
and
there
like
are
squirrels and
Squirrels,
shit?
rabbits, there's
Like-
the owl mirage
Yeah, little
running
shrews.
away.
Nice.
Ghost.
Like
It's
a
because they're the
reverse-
harder ones to see from all the trampling.
We
That's
got
bad.
someone that can help us with this. Let's call that guy in the sky, the face guy. He could make it rain. He could make all kinds of shit happen. If we call to
How do we
him,
call
Oh
him?
yeah.
maybe he'll come.
What do we call him?
Press God.
Marphos it was called. Marphos.
Okay,
If we
you
all
try
kind of-
that. I'm gonna go catch up to Sprite and make sure she doesn't burn herself to death.
Well,
And I'm like gonna run and catch up to you.
I was gonna ask you to do it because you're like, this is your land. If anyone is in tune to this shit
Yeah.
and can call gods in it, like,
Well, you'll have to call me back because I'm like.
oi!
Marigold! Marigold! And I come
Come here.
sprinting after.
You
and
don't have to
try
follow
and
me.
grab
Got a
It's
plan.
fine.
Stop being a dick.
You're a
Good idea.
tree!
Ugh.
You're gonna burn up!
Who's gonna save your daughter if you die, you idiot?
It ain't gonna
okay,
be me.
Okay. I make my way
Come
back.
back! Come back!
Like, we have to get like something's caused
Listen,
that. and we
shush.
have to.
The guy, the face in the sky that we met earlier.
Marthas.
Yeah. Call him. Use your twinkly things.
Oh my god. Oh Christ.
Not Christ, Marphos.
Miliki. Oh, Miliki. How can I do that? I'm just gonna like try and like
Just yell his name in the sky. I don't know.
almost like force myself into a fake meditative state. Like obviously I can hear the blaze and everything around me, and I'm just gonna like desperately like think of him. It's not working.
Shout.
Marthas!
Can
Screaming
you
at the
cast-
sky.
Can you cast thaumaturgy on another person? I don't think you can.
I'm not sure, you'd have to check the spell.
Yeah. It says create one of the following magical effects.
Is it self?
Oh, your voice booms.
Yeah.
But it doesn't say self. It's range 30 feet.
Oh.
So it's
But
kind
this
of
is your voice booms.
yeah.
It's weird.
That is
It's a
weird.
cantrip.
Now yeah.
Roll me a d8.
A D8. Do we have one?
Yeah.
Where?
Triangular.
I know, but I can't see. Oh, there it is.
I should probably change the
Pyramid
sounds.
on top of a pyramid.
Woof. That's a 3.
3.
Can I use my? No, I think it's a D. It has to be a D20 roll.
Mm.
Attack roll, ability check, or saving throw.
That's a D20, yeah.
Yeah.
Unless this is considered a DH
Something.
ability check.
There we go. So, you shout out into the sky, but you do not see Morphus. I'm afraid.
Fucking bastard. I'm sure he's watching. I bet you.
So, I'm gonna need you all to start thinking up ways. So, as I said, we'll try and roll this as a skill challenge. So that basically means if you look at your skills, try and think of something that you can do to try and get yourself out of it. You can use spells, or you can use any of your skills that you're proficient in, or anything like that. And try and think of ways to basically survive and get out of this situation.
How many do we have to succeed? How many
Fails.
fail?
I'll give you 5 checks. You need 3 in order to succeed.
We should have got Silvertail to like blow hole
Too
the
far.
water.
He's about 5 miles away from you at this point.
Well, what kind of whale is he?
I have this idea.
It's a natural one.
How far
yeah,
are
I've
we
got an
back
idea as
from
well.
the bank of the river?
5 miles.
Literally about 5 miles
That's how
away.
far we travelled. Okay. And there's no body of
Well,
water.
You guys have ideas, so let's do it.
You're in the middle of this forest. It's very dry.
Because
No.
we.
Dee, you go first.
I was just gonna say we have, I'm sure, full water rations because
Yeah.
we just came from the water and we always
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if whatever many water rations we could do, I think I can do maybe 2 or 3 effects. And use 1 or 2 water rations to create as many as allowed ice shields or something like that that people can carry to block the fire or the heat from hitting them and
Yep.
give them some ability to cross the more perilous flaming areas.
Okay,
That's
roll
cool.
me a spellcrafting check. So whatever your spellcrafting skill is, roll me a d20.
So
with-
arcane?
Yes.
Arcana? Alright, here we go. Yeah. That's a 17. Tell me if it passes.
It passes.
Then I don't use Chronal Shift because I'm a professional at
badass.
this.
So that is 1 success. So you are starting to fight your way through these flames. You've got these like little ice shields all crowded around each other, and the coolness of the water is sort of keeping you moving through. Eventually, these ice shields start to melt a little bit.
Is Lucretian just like dancing in the flames?
Oh yeah, the creature's having a ball.
What's the problem here, guys?
Yeah, I can only do 2 or 3, so it will be for you guys because we are resistant to fire. So
Yeah.
we probably have less need for it anyway. That's me, guys! Ugh, fuck, it's actually hard for me to at this point.
So these icy shields are now starting to melt, but you managed to forge your way through some of these flames.
I don't know if we're gonna be able to actually stop this
We don't.
unless
This
we
is natural. Like,
unless we create like a fire break or something. But that's quite dangerous. So we're close enough to the river that it might just burn its way to the river.
this is so big. This is so big it would take us days to do anything, just the 5 of us.
Yeah,
I might try something really stupid that definitely won't work and make me look like a dick.
Maybe.
do it.
I mean, it's up to you.
It's not going to hurt anyone else.
Whenever you listen to that voice, you say yes every single
Yeah.
time.
Do it.
I want to
What are
hear
you
Josh.
doing?
Okay.
So we're like shielded temporarily by the
These
ice.
icy shields, yeah.
Mhm.
Right. So the chaos is on the outside.
For the
and
time
we are
being.
together
For now.
Yeah, I'll say you're able to bundle together and all hide under this like large
Yeah.
15-foot
It
shield.
could be
and sort
5,
of-
10, 15 foot.
Can I ask like one of our musicians to play something for me without them having to do a skill check or
yeah, it
That's
depends
their
on
proficient or
what
whatever?
you're trying to get them to do.
Like I need relaxation music. I need like the song of the Balena. I need
Oh,
I need
music soothes the savage beast.
yes.
Got just the thing.
What's going on? Why are we stopping?
If it literally is just like playing background music as this is happening, then you don't need to make too
Yeah.
much of a check.
I'll play
I'll
the
see
Balena
how
song.
Just so I can get in the right
just to see what like
headspace.
level of performance you're working at.
Why are you stopping?
But you can play the music, which will be
Well,
effective. I just want to see how good.
That's his deed.
12.
Plus
Still
performance.
pretty good.
Yep,
That's his nature.
21.
21. Excellent. Very relaxing music being played by Link.
Okay. All right. Anyone who cares about me, like just like touch my arm or
Yeah.
Oh, sorry,
Grab-
I'm busy.
not you. Wait, you care about me?
Don't just.
Okay,
You're throwing off my
anyway.
Focus.
Brady?
Yeah. I put my.
Yeah. And I'm gonna try and like reach deep inside into some weird like religious place and try and get into some sort of meditative state.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna using the kind of the drama of having become the Amber Messenger and all that, try and see if I can reconnect just for a flicker with Mieliki.
Yep. Roll me a religion check.
I can't remember, I think it's
I can chrono shift this shit. Roll high.
Mieliki, please. please, please, please hear me, please hear me.
As that's happening as well, I will turn my song into a bardic inspiration.
Oh, amazing. So,
That's a D6 still?
I think I'm a D6, yeah.
Yeah.
So 7. What's your religion?
2. Plus
You
2.
can re-roll that.
Can I join her in prayer
Okay.
to give her give her advantage?
She's got advantage, effectively.
Okay, good.
Oh, okay.
Here's a reroll.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
that's
three.
my god.
In fact, it's not advantage. You have to take the
You
second
have to
roll.
take
I have to. Okay,
Yeah.
Christ, that's
But you
5.
use the D6.
Okay. 4.
7.
That's 9. That's what it would have been before.
9
Nine?
total.
9 total.
Okay.
Ugh.
This is not great.
So, whilst you have this peaceful music, the stressful
You fall asleep.
situations going on all around you, it's just pervading into you. You try and get into, as you said, a meditative state, and you're trying to get this music to sort of soothe you, but the water is dripping, you can feel it, you can hear it, it sort of hits you on the head, and then you feel from behind you this roar of flames, a huge banging sound as a tree's stump just cinders up and crashes into the ground
Oh, no.
around you, and you're not able to make that connection. That is a fail, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I thought that was close.
1 succeed, 1
It's
fail.
fine. It's fine. We can do this. It was a good try. Let's go. Let's go. Continue. Let's use the shields while we can.
Okay.
Any other ideas?
Yeah, I think I've got an idea.
Oh.
Alright, the main sort of path that I assume doesn't have much fire on it, that a lot of the beasts are running down, like the main stampede of the big beasts. I'm gonna walk into that area, like facing upstream, and I'm gonna cast Silent Image as like a giant sort of like rhinoceros creature kind of thing, but with like big sort of hammerhead horns out sideways, just like swinging its head as it's like lumbering forward, and as it's going forward, because I can make it sort of like walk. I'm going to use thaumaturgy to make the sort of noises of this giant sort of creature.
Yeah.
Like thumping and crushing everything under its feet. So it looks like intimidating and huge compared to all these animals running. So they'll run around us. They'll form a little.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
So we don't get stampeded.
I'll say
You
just
think it's
stand inside the big beast.
That's fine.
So it'd be
It's
like,
amazing.
yeah, it'd be like translucent from inside. You'd be able to see outside, like the inside.
Like
We're in the
projection.
rhino hut.
Yeah.
Maybe a performance check.
Performance.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, let's go, Josh.
All right.
Come on, Josh. Come on, Josh.
13 plus 9,
Ooh.
so 22.
22. That is successful. So as you manage to do that, you manage to create the stampede to sort of swarm around you, which saves you from the sort of stampeding creatures. So now you've just got the fire that's going around you.
Nice.
Can we keep moving
Link's
forward?
intimidating hut. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you're sort of moving, trying to get yourself through to the other side
Yeah.
of the flames using the flame shield and stuff like that. So you need one more success in order to make it through to the other side of this fire.
I need to burn
All I
on.
can do is hit stuff and
Fuck,
mimic
why not?
people.
I will.
Hit D until he comes up with another idea.
I'm gonna. I'm going to take what I feel is an incredibly needless risk, because someone else would probably succeed. But I'm gonna
Love it.
run out of this protection, jump on the trees ahead of us, using my acrobatics and my ant body, his greater superiority and efficiency, to scout ahead and, see a better path through the relentless flames, because that's totally possible in a horrendous firestorm.
Sure, but it would be more of a perception check than
Can we?
athletics.
Okay, that's cool.
You're good at
Yeah.
perceptions. That works.
Can-
out.
Not really. I mean,
I
I was
know.
gonna say insight. Like,
Yeah.
it was gonna say if we team up, because we're both monk shit, we can run at like the same speed and we can like jump in the same direction and shit together. Can we get to a point where I can like insight the fuck out of the fire? Where is it going?
How flamey actually
Like,
are you?
Which bits have been burnt? Which bits haven't?
Yeah.
Like, do I feel like it's going in a certain direction based on its movements? Is that bullshit? Oh, it feels like bullshit now that I've said it.
It's
You
fine.
can
It's
incite
fine.
the-
It's doable.
You can incite the wind and how it's.
You have natural insight. It's fine.
I'll
I
let you.
think that's called nature.
I'll
Shut
let-
up. Shut up.
either
Shut
do-
up. Shut up.
Between the two of you, I'll let one of you do either the insight or
We
the
can't do
perception.
shit, man. We're monks.
But I will let you do it with advantage.
But you look really cool doing
I have
it.
+5 insight.
You do. Go for it then. I'll be your helper.
You guys are so insightful.
We have the same
Oh, 'cause
insight,
your
but
wisdom. Yeah.
it was your
Yeah.
idea, so I think it's a good idea. You do it. Cool. Didn't help much.
14.
14. 14 is just under.
Oh!
Because I'm a rooster, I have +1 perception from behind.
It's a shame that the flame is in front of us.
Yeah.
Wait, that's
Bummer.
why I was trying to
Wait,
sneak
turn
up on
around.
us. Yeah, walk backwards.
I'll let you add that +1 because it hasn't come up all that much. That would make
No, we failed.
Absolutely
we failed.
flagging
Do
it.
not
I
give
was-
this.
we
No,
absolutely
we
failed.
failed.
We refused.
We refuse this.
All right.
So that's 2 fails, 2 successes.
2
Correct.
fails, 1 success.
Two
And then you had 2
successes.
successes
Two?
to get
No,
the
we got-
performance to stop the stampeding.
Yeah, we got 2.
That's right. My bad.
2.
Yeah.
So
So you need
the
one more.
last
it's
chance.
all down to Brady then, isn't it? I think Brady hasn't. So basically,
Punch,
He can do
punch the
shit.
fire
yeah,
and see if it
whatever
goes
it
away.
is Brady does,
Okay.
they've got to do it really
I
well.
would like
It's
to.
like the whole
I can
party
make-
is hanging on this.
I can hit things harder.
I would like to intimidate the flames to not come at us.
What if
Karate kick some like
stuff.
if
some
Brady
busted trees to
punches and kicks trees that are either like can fall in a way that can give us a path to jump over a bit of fire, so the tree,
Oh yeah, like a,
and then we go
And
over
then
the
we
tree,
jump.
or trees that are will like hit another tree so that the fire moves away from where we are. So like a
Yeah.
tree that a flaming tree that flies, falls away from us. I don't
I
know.
like that.
Punch the fucking tree. That's all I'm saying.
Punch a tree into submission.
Not this tree.
yeah. Wrong tree.
My crystal.
I don't know if it's relevant, but some of you may have been given items of great power by me.
I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah.
Mine doesn't do anything. It's just a piece of wood.
Yeah.
You
That's-
suck. You haven't found it yet.
Again, it just
Don't
makes
get it
me hit
out.
harder.
Not now. This is the wrong
Oh,
time
fire!
for wood.
Ah!
Hang on, I wrote
Throw it.
I'm pretty sure mine's wood, isn't it?
You
My-
broke yours.
Oh. No. I didn't break mine. I broke my other one. My old pen
The
thing. I
goblin
didn't
one.
Do we
break
get
that
any
one.
vibes from these?
Oh no,
things?
yours was
As
like
we're in,
weird
like,
advantage,
this
wasn't
is,
it?
this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
a stressful.
Yeah, I'm not
This
breaking
is
that.
a
That's
stressful
really good.
situation.
That's-
We're in.
Yours
w-
does
That's
one thing.
I can
What
inspire
does it? I don't know.
myself.
I don't do
which
nothing.
It's all I've ever wanted.
Did I? Healing? Was it healing?
Yeah.
Okay. I have an item from Hersham
Yep.
that if there's anything super scary, it gives me coverage. So this is a quite fucking scary situation. So that combined with my prayer beads, which gives me extra damage to flurry of blows, and my Kensei shot and all of my monk shit. I'll spend however many key points you want me to. I am gonna do exactly what Dee suggested. So I'm gonna run ahead of the group a little bit, and if there's a tree that I can see that's gonna be really useful for us to like run over,
And you got an axe.
I'm gonna like, yeah, I'm a fucking lumberjack, man.
Your time has come.
So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna like put a notch, hit it like notch, and then kick and use my like extra strength to imbue my kicks with enough strength to try and.
Yeah, if you're using your axe to try and, create a break or something, topple this tree to create momentum and break in the flames. Yeah, I'll let you do that.
Awesome. What do you want me to roll for that?
Do me an athletics check,
Okay.
but I'll let you add a d4 onto it.
Okay, cool. Right.
So it's like you've got guidance on it.
10.
I will Chrono shift.
Well, you can do that twice.
Twice a day.
Can you actually do it twice a day? is
That's
it?
better.
Nice.
That's better.
Do you have to roll the d4 as well? Because it's a new roll.
No, just the.
Just the d20.
That's
Oh.
What is that now?
18.
18 is enough.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Dee. I have this awesome
So what was the useful part of
pair of the Coriel, which means I can re-roll a natural one, but I never roll ones. I always just
Yeah.
roll threes.
You did manage to last time.
Yeah.
Mine is magic
That's
numbers.
actually-
It's just not as often. Very cool. Did you want me to mark off any key points?
No, I'll say because you're using obviously your axe and your strength and your abilities. So you manage to topple a tree and you grab everyone, get them to like come and run along this tree. The momentum of the tree falling has caused like a wind tunnel to like separate the flames, and you manage to run through.
Nice.
And this combined with like the ice shield that's going on, and you manage to avoid any animals that
Stampede.
may or may not try and stampede you. You managed to make it to the other side of these flames.
We did it! We did it! Woo!
No thanks to me.
It was.
All our water
it
has
was
dried
a
up.
good
What was
idea.
right?
Oh yeah, we've lost.
Yeah,
Well-
you unscrew it, it's like steam.
You pushed us. You pushed us forward. And we wouldn't have gone through the flames if it wasn't for you.
Yeah, we could have done
So
another
one
way.
way or another,
That almost sounded like a compliment.
you
Almost.
you
If
guided
you,
us.
if you hadn't have tried to push through the flames, you probably would have had to travel
Go
to the
around.
outskirts.
You gave us the impetus to go through the flames,
Yeah,
and almost killed us in the fucking process.
we're here.
We did it.
We have a
Uncover
job to
one
do.
square north of where you are.
Go on, you do it.
I regrow my singed hair.
Ah!
Hey!
Uh-oh.
Sunny stones!
Yeah.
Sunny stones! Oh
Hey.
no! Special.
That's actually the sexy satyrs axe that you
That
found.
does.
Yes.
And you are now trapped here for all of eternity as you succumb to their sexy song.
What are you doing? Yeah.
This is my end game. This is
To die in hedonism.
yeah.
It's like
Be forever lost.
Link is just like his clothes. We're in the end game now.
Yeah.
Like take his clothes off.
Just running towards.
I feel like we are.
So,
So is this like as soon as we clear the smoke and fire, we just see? You know,
basically, yeah, you travel through the flames, and as you get to the other side,
Are we traversing through burnt forest?
you are
now?
traversing through burnt forest.
desolation.
Nope.
Can we find roasted animals nearby?
See a bunny on the floor.
Can we find just a conveniently like a roast chicken?
You can
It's
see
gonna
a
be
completely
ash. It's
burnt
gonna be ash.
to a crisp chicken.
Maybe if it tried to hide in a little burrow, it will be perfectly cooked. Because the burrow will stop.
Acts as
Yeah.
like
Like
a
a clay
steamer.
oven.
Like an
Yeah,
oven,
it'll be
yeah.
Oh, that's delicious.
Just saying.
Everyone's like suddenly hungry.
Everyone is suddenly hungry. So, if I can ever find my bloody notes.
FFC forest fried chicken.
So, as you
Such a puny finger.
as you travel north through the forest, you come to an imposing mountain almost in front of you. It is quite high. This is probably one of the largest. Mind you, have to travel through this entire region because
I mean, it ain't no Mount Celestia.
It ain't Mount Celestia, but here, this is probably the tallest mountain that you've come across.
Mm.
Oh, shit.
But you do see that there is a weathered pathway that winds up and around the mountain. You feel a strong affiliation towards this mountain. You feel that this is where you are supposed to be.
Is this it?
Yeah.
I get my climbing gear out of my pack.
Fucking
All right, let's do this. Oh, there's a path. Yeah. Okay.
Thank fuck for that.
You guys were amazing. Even you.
Smoke is getting to my lungs a little bit though.
Yeah. Should we
Oh,
yeah.
Get above it.
let's give it a minute. Wait, let's give it a minute.
I'm gonna like pat myself down. I'm gonna make sure that my bracer is on from Hashkar.
Synchronized bracers.
I'm gonna make sure that like my weapons are like there and in order, and I'm just like nervously checking things because I feel like
All right.
Yeah.
We're almost there.
yeah, I'm fine.
It's fine not to be.
Yeah, I know.
When you're ready. Go to a wee then.
Shut up.
In real life.
Yes.
We only got a few minutes left anyway.
I was like murmuring it gently, and he's like, "You need a wee."
No, I'm making it a character.
always
know?
do that.
No, I think I thought Sprite also
Sprite
needed
needs
a
a
wee.
You do that
She's
frequently in
nervous.
real life.
Sprite, just go do a wee, and then we'll go.
A safety wee.
A safety wee.
Yeah. Everyone have safety wees before we go, because we'll be able to stop necessarily once we find out.
I grow a dick so I don't have to crouch.
The most casual
Very useful.
exposition I've ever heard. I grow a dick.
Great.
It's a very useful use of that ability.
Yeah.
That is the most useful use of ability.
And then I took it away and it just like back to my natural.
Do you have a
genitals.
retractable?
I
It's
do.
like a cosmic horror.
Technically, you wouldn't need a dick. You could
Just a
actually
funnel.
just grow like a little pipe, like a little mini hose.
Yeah, that's essentially what a
something.
dick is, though, isn't it?
A mini
I feel like I remember watching a film and I can't remember what film it was, but there was a guy who had like straw that he peed out of.
Nice.
That's essentially what a catheter is, isn't it?
I can't remember what film it was. It was very weird. It's like I've got this little hole, perfectly fits a straw. So I pee out of it. It's weird. Anyway, sorry to ruin this
for
very
sharing
important.
I got this hole.
Fair enough.
Oh, my slides
For my
back.
straw.
Sure.
So I can peel it.
So,
I'll start pissing myself if I don't move.
as you begin to travel up this mountain, you get higher and higher. The height of this mountain allows you to see all of the terrain that's around you. So if you'd like to uncover all of the hexes that surround you, because you are
What?
getting high.
I knew there was someone blazing up here.
This mountain is high enough. High enough for you.
And you get
Ain't no mountain high enough.
you get up to the top. This actually counts as traveling an extra hex.
Oh, because we're so.
So do we
so
have
big.
Because
to,
it is so high. So it would be you'd have to do your check to see if you
Able
gain a
to.
level of exhaustion from hiking up this mountain. This mountain is literally like miles high.
We could
Are we
camp
doing this now?
before we go.
Yeah.
Yes, do it now so that we don't forget when as we hit the end
So
of the
we
session.
may go to this into an exhaustion kind of situation.
Yes!
Oh no!
I failed!
No! Why did I use my shit on you?
Because you would have burnt in the fire.
Oh no! I think
gonna-
Do we have to get over 10?
I'm gonna inspire myself.
14.
Oh, we have to get over 14.
I got 12.
a
Fine,
failed
that's fine.
real bad.
It's like 11 there. You can't get any less.
So will the
Seven.
exhaustion
That's not
take
the
place
MC.
before we
Oh, put it in.
get to the stones or after?
It will take place sort of as you reach the peak of the mountain.
Oh great.
Corn.
Oh yeah, sorry.
What do I have to get? 14?
14.
Oh, I thought it was a 10.
What did you get?
A 10.
I failed. I failed.
You fell.
2.
So I need
I
a
also failed.
3 or more. Yes!
Wow.
The only one that's not exhausted is Link.
Linka Rooney.
Did
Yeah.
did you fail as well?
I did.
This is great.
This is exactly like Mount Celestia. I powered up that mountain.
Yeah.
I am made for mountain climbing.
You're like an elf, just
Yeah.
stepping on top of the,
Yeah.
the
I'm a
snow.
mountain goat.
So, as
Yeah.
you reach the top of the standing stones, you are exhausted, but you can see a huge expanse that radiates around you. And through all of the terrain, you normally wouldn't be able to see like more than a few miles out. But you can actually see that there is one other structure as tall as this.
Fucking hell.
Mm.
Out to the far, far northwest, and we're talking far, like out into the distance, you see a huge plateau mountain that expands out. We're talking further than that.
Oh,
Off
really?
the
Like
grid.
over by me?
Oh,
Yeah,
the weather must be clear.
For
Oh, we can kind of see the red underneath the thing.
yeah, that red area.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, we would know where it is, so.
Somewhere around this area.
Yeah.
And it's a plateau.
You see a huge plateau, and I mean, we're talking taller than what you're standing on top of. That's the only other structure that is this.
So this is like a mountain
told you
with a
guys I
flat
hate heights.
Yes.
area on top.
As I get up,
And you're also on a mountain. With a flat
really
area.
energizing.
But the flat area is
Oh,
quite small.
Small
do that
in
again.
comparison.
I don't know what it is. I just love it.
Jeez.
Shut up, Blake.
Calm down.
And reaching the top of this mountain, you are presented with an interesting sight. There is a series of stones that are erect in a circular formation. Each of these stones are connected in some capacity to the other. We're looking at like a stone that's on the ground lengthways, like almost like a bench or like a fence or something. And then at the end of that is another stone that's standing tall. And then on the top of that is another stone that's going lengthways, and it makes almost like
I'm tilting it that way.
a chain sort of
Like a crenellation.
in a big circle. Yes. Inside the circle, outside of the circle, you see this thing is surrounded by 40 wolves.
Wolves.
Like small ones, medium ones, dire ones.
Quite significantly sized.
The fact that we
wolves.
can see them.
Big boys.
And perched on top of
Is
all
this
of
on the
this stuff-
plateau
This is
over
on,
here?
No, where you're at.
Well, oh, okay.
Between us and the stone.
Between you and the
So they're
stones.
on the outside of the
Okay,
stones,
okay.
like,
Yeah.
ringed around the stones.
And
I was gonna say those would be bloody big wolves. If we could see them from
you can see
here.
them miles away. Standing on top of each of the stones, like in the circle, you see 40 of those blood red hawks just perched on top of the stones.
I think we just go back down the mountain.
Inside this chain, almost like linked series of stones, you see a small, barely even, a foot and a half, soft skin, green soft skinned creature whose hair is like vines and leaves, a very petite frame and wings that are
That's
almost
right.
identical to that of Marigold's. And you see this creature is chained with iron to their hands and their legs in the center of a stone dais suspended. So you've got again another one of these like stones and then two on the side. And these chains are going from like the tops of the things and
Oh,
they're
God.
stood above this almost like a dais. Perched on a bench nearby, you see quite a hulking figure. We're talking 7 foot tall, and you have a faint smell of sulfur in the air.
Oh.
This figure has ebony black skin
Mm.
and huge antlers growing out of the top of their heads, that of the stags.
That sounds amazing.
They're wearing very loose fitted clothes and they are incredibly muscular. And you see him just sitting there and he's sort of sharpening a spear. And he looks over and you can see that he has a mask with a deer's face on it.
I think that's it.
That's the one.
That's it.
Alright,
Sargon.
Can we just go
Do you
up
speak
and
it?
like
so
talk to him?
1-to-1 combat maybe?
I challenge him.
Oh, not here as well.
Because that ended well. Actually.
It did.
Every
That's
single
ends
time.
Another life of Kyle's characters.
It did.
Let's-
It did well.
I think-
Fantastically.
I think we don't want to aggravate anyone before we assess the situation. I
So
think
there
we
are
speak.
Yeah, we need to know what
wolves,
Yep.
Speak first.
Red
Hawks.
Hawks.
hawks,
40 wolves, 40 red hawks.
and then
The warden.
Interesting
Massive.
number.
Warden.
Massive stag mask dude.
And your girl chained up.
Yeah. Well, how does she look? Like, what's her?
She is unconscious.
Oh.
Her body is limply hanging attached to these chains.
How old does she look? To me.
You yourself look quite young, even though you're about.
10 billion.
Is she
100.
fully grown or is she still a child?
She looks like she's on the cusp of adulthood.
Young adult vibes.
About 20-ish.
Okay.
In fairy years.
How far away are we from him? Sharpening the spear.
I'd say you're probably about 100, 120 feet from the stones as you've sort of reached the peak of this mountain. You've gone over the zenith.
And he hasn't seen us yet.
He was looking at us, wasn't
He has seen
He
us.
looks over at you.
And what's his reaction?
You see nothing behind that mask.
he? Sharpening.
He just carry on sharpening.
Howdy.
I'll just College of Creation. I'm gonna make the longest trumpet I can.
Fuck's sake.
The Amber Messenger approaches.
And as this is
I'm
happening,
like, God, that's you.
as
Like,
you're doing
nudge
the
me
trumpet,
forward.
I was just hold your arm and just say, like, we've taken our time to get here. She's been here a long time. Let's just play it. Let's play it smart. I know you like to go with your feelings, but right now we probably need to go.
I get the lyre out and
Okay.
I'm just like
Oh.
triumphant little
Yeah. me, and,
following you.
me and Brady will just like
Good luck.
skip ahead with like flowers playing music.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
all about that. I'm all about that.
I'm in like almost a daze because of everything I'm seeing, and I'm just kind of slowly walking towards him.
Oh,
I'm barely even aware of what's going on
This is
around me.
ridiculous. I love this.
Yeah.
You have to laugh,
And
otherwise we'll cry with this.
I'll give
situation.
you bardic inspiration,
Okay.
and as I do that, I'll just sort of like, as I come closer, I'll just whisper at you. You are the Amber Messenger. Just play the part.
You're right. And I'm gonna cast
Got your
guidance on myself
Mhm.
and just like touch my hand to my new heart
Mhm.
and then hold myself up and walk neutrally,
Mhm.
unthreateningly towards the
Doing
warden,
somersaults, cartwheels.
in contrast to the carnival that's happening behind me.
Oh, you used my bardic inspiration before, didn't you?
I
Yeah.
did.
And you got a 2 or something?
3.
All right, you can have 8 temporary HP.
How long does it last?
Oh,
Forever?
Yeah, till
wow.
they get taken away.
Until you use it.
Thank you.
Nice.
Might need that. And you've given it to me again.
Yes.
Awesome, thank you.
Was that? Did you do a saving throw or a?
Skill check, wasn't it? Oh,
Okay, you don't get it for a skill check. You get a different.
Oops.
I'll look it up. But yeah, you go ahead.
okay. Well, it's
I just remembered that.
You still have inspiration anyway.
Yeah.
Right, so I guess you guys are cartwheeling and making noise. I think me and Spike, are we just looking stoic?
Sure,
Are we looking at these people with disdain like we don't know them?
I do that normally.
You guys
Even
are
when they're behaving.
you guys are like the serious advisor retinue that like
Yeah.
walks behind her,
I'm
We're
Jafar.
just
I
there.
want to be Jafar.
just walking like this. Like,
Oh my! I love that.
what Kyle posted.
That's literally
Sprite's
Tariq.
entrance.
It's the Malhari gift for those
Oh,
of
yeah.
you wondering.
Amazing.
Search it up if you haven't seen it.
Yes.
It's great.
Love it.
I was thinking more Prince Ali from Aladdin.
Yeah.
That's what I was singing.
Yeah.
Here it comes. You're a messenger.
Oh,
Okay, I'm messenger. What do you do?
I'm walking slowly towards to see
We approach.
how close we can get before there's a change in their behaviour. Do they stop?
They just watch you.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna keep
What a
walking.
fucking joke.
I'm gonna play a game of chicken then, I guess. Just keep walking.
Yeah.
And as you keep on walking, eventually you pass under the entranceway, the sort of stone crenellations that almost look like an entrance pathway into the place. And he's still there, sort of sharpening his spear. And as you pass through the threshold, he sort of stops.
Oh.
I am the warden. What is your business here?
I am the newly incarnated Amber Messenger.
And he'll sort of like bow his head.
And I'll nod my head back as a sign of respect.
Then I'm given to understand that you are here regarding this fiend.
And I'll look over at the girl and just confirm back this fiend.
Correct.
Yes. I have been away for some time from these lands, and I wish to be filled in on the circumstances which have led to this present moment. Really trying to keep it together. She says in her head.
You got this.
I felt when the previous messenger passed. I suspected he was on his way here, with you taking up mantle. You are a native to the Grove.
I was.
When I arrived, there was naught but ash. This was all I found.
I was
Over it. Go.
I was away for a long time, and when I returned I found the same thing, but there was nobody there. How and why did you apprehend this? And then I go to say girl, but I'm gonna stop myself and fiend.
This is why. And he snaps his fingers, and she awakens. And the moment her eyes open, you see orbs of blue that wave like clouds drifting across a blue sky. And then in an instant, they turn red, and flames start to erupt across her shoulders. And her skin turns purple, and she looks up and she says, "Mother." And we'll end the session there.
I feel like we came here to fight the wrong person.
Well, we had our suspicions. So.
Yeah.
You damn snitch!
Thank you for visiting us at the Hodgepodge Tavern. We hope you've enjoyed the adventure today. We did a little bit something different to give you a little recap of what's happened in the last year. I'm going to run an experience rundown shortly, but how are you feeling, Alex?
I need to know. We need next week. I need to find out. I'm feeling like terrified that I'm gonna have to kill my own child.
She's apprehended.
Well, we'll find out next week. And if you want to find out with us, please join us. So, I will do a quick experience rundown. We'll take a quick 5-minute break here whilst I do some tallying. We'll be back in a moment. Please feel free to pop, if you are watching live, pop the name of who you feel deserves a little blip of experience. and we'll be back in a couple of moments.
Bye.
Thank you for waiting and welcome back. So, we runs this is if you are watching, you can vote. We may have already voted already, but we'll get to that in a minute. So each of our players will, all of our players will vote on who they believe should get an extra blip of experience. All of you can gain 150 points of experience for navigating through the flames.
Oh, nice.
Through the fire and flames, guys. Through the fire and flames.
150.
150 each.
150.
I'm gonna make a note and then add.
And then I would like to award each of you an extra bonus 20 experience each for playing along and bringing out tales to reminisce of what's happened in the story to date.
Nice.
So, first blip that we run down through, each of the blips is worth 120 experience points. The first blip that we have is creative use of a spell or ability. Who do you feel had the most creative use of their capacities?
Tim, for some reason.
We got Josh with or Link with a fake a rhinoceros.
Yeah, that
I did
was
like the
really
fake
cool.
rhino, that was very cool.
But Brady did make a penis, so they
You can put that in the
Squat in the
intangibles.
ash.
That's
They
pretty
do, they
good.
do that all the time.
I do
Yeah.
that all the
Nobody
time.
wants their penis to be referred to as intangible.
Detachable penis.
Brady's okay with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair enough. Like, no size complex.
Yeah,
Don't
no,
need that.
whatever. I can make it whatever size I want. So.
Yeah, there were a lot of cool things to be fair. Your big
Some
trumpet as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Which one
Link.
are we going with then? The rhino.
Link
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
the rhino.
Rhino.
Excellent. So that's 120 for Link.
Thank you.
Next one is heroic, selfless, or furthering the party goal. Who do you feel encompassed that most?
That's gotta be
The
Sprite.
bullshit time.
Sprite just rushing in.
Yeah, Sprite rushing in.
And on that side note, I would like to award a belief point to Sprite
Yeah.
Oh, for following your
for
creed.
following.
Yeah, belief
Your factions
points.
At
ideal.
this point, I'm
Factions
not sure
ideals.
if it's the character, to be honest.
It's a very easy one to roleplay for Alex.
I
I just do it.
want to see what happens.
Yeah.
But even not going back on it when everyone was like, hold on, don't go rushing in, you're going to burn up. Despite all of the dangers.
You're now made of wood.
Just fuck around and find out faction.
I know.
So obviously with the belief points you are able to use it as like a regular inspiration, or if you manage to bank 3 of them, you're able to make an impactful change on what's going on around you.
So-
You are able to will your will to existence. But they are per person. You can't tally
Can't
them
combine
together.
Ah.
No. Look,
When that starts, that's bad.
my
I don't like where this is going.
my character's a lawful guy. He obeys the laws of the land. If the laws of the land say your little demon child stays in prison, I might get a belief point. Alright? If we come all the way here and then we go through a whole bit of roleplay,
Yeah,
it's
that's
very
fair.
emotional, and Spike has to make a choice, and it's like, oh no, I have to be who I am versus have to support my grieving mother friend. If
You've
you
been-
just like let me be who I am,
You've been warned.
you know, next time you might get a belief point.
Am I in a
Quick-
position
Quid
to
pro quo.
pass
quid pro
on my
quo.
belief point?
I think,
No, he's saying that
in
if
future,
you
in
let
let me
this,
future.
kill your kid.
yeah.
If you sacrifice a kid
Oh.
to the prison,
Look, it might come up, it might not. If it does,
Just
Wink,
saying.
wink,
I'm
nudge,
just
nudge.
saying.
just saying.
No, noted.
On that side note, I would like to also give a belief point to
Not Spike.
to Brady. Because Brady's embracing the musical aspect of their personality, and what many people, or at least what Link considered not really fully worthwhile in using the sensory stone to record the music and the sounds of the Belena. I will give a belief point to Brady for embracing that experience
Thank you.
and recording that sensation.
Nice.
And finally, so that's a 120 for the heroic and selfless as well.
Oh, are you sure?
yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Take us.
And finally, we
Hang
have
on.
our intangibles.
Wait. That was heroic or furthering the party goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel bad because I was going to vote for you.
Why?
Because you were doing shit like helping Jeffrey
Doesn't
and the
matter.
ice shield and
Yeah,
actually you were
and using the
encouraging.
chronos
You were actually
for
encouraging
everyone.
to sprite at, which you not usually.
That could be
But
intangible.
you've already got
You
it.
Yeah,
did
that can be
no,
understood.
but it's
But we
not,
voted.
this is not the law.
It's
we
We
didn't.
voted
We
it,
didn't
you won.
actually.
Time is the
Accept it.
law.
I'm just saying that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that I got XP last session for like Revelations.
We can put
we don't level out like
No,
that.
it's
No.
It'll
We
even
vote.
out eventually.
We vote.
Yeah,
But like-
it'll be fine.
Okay, I
Yeah,
just
as
thought,
people level up,
Yeah, it
the
gets more.
glitch
I appreciate
become
it,
more,
though.
so
I
there's
just
only,
thought
like,
the
one
D
level
was
disparity.
uncharacteristically like
Rubber bandits.
supportive.
D
and
does
I-
it all. Every fucking session D is supporting.
I know, right?
Every session D is helping his friends. What is this? Every other
But
week it's like, oh, D did something nice. He does everything nice every session. What is this?
go to sleep, go to sleep.
You've got such a
I was gonna say
such a stink on
usually
your personality that any good thing you do is like, oh my god,
That's new.
that's Philippe. That's
he
not
spoke to me in
Jay.
a slightly kind voice.
Once
She's
the
really
whole
turned the
fucking
corner.
show is like, oh shit, he did everything nice every
usually-
session.
When expectations are well followed.
He usually grumbles and complains more, but
It's
actually
true.
he's softened. That's what I was making a point
Softened.
Didn't.
of. Settle this on a poll. Softened or softened?
I appreciate it. 120 for you.
Fine.
Soften.
So after that
Definitely
little
softened.
dramatic outburst, I'll happily take the XP. Thank you.
What's the next one?
So
It's just 3.
intangibles.
Yeah, tangible.
Now there's intangibles.
Put that.
Somebody that you feel should be rewarded that doesn't fall within those categories.
So,
You do for finally acting nice.
Fuck off.
Finally.
yeah, then you can have
That
it
is a
that
point.
way.
D.
You're going against your
Oh,
character.
fuck yeah. Oh, there it comes.
Personality-wise for D, do you feel like D has developed or changed any of their ideals or beliefs in and of themselves?
Let me have a look at my beliefs. I've written them down.
I don't actually remember what my beliefs are.
I mean, you stopped dabbling in necromancy.
No,
so
but
that's-
but that's not D. That's the thing. Like,
That was
yeah, Dolian.
I have a feeling
Dolian
entrenched in my
Dynamite.
beliefs.
I'm trying to remember what yours are off the bat. I need to get
So-
everyone's written down on a piece of paper.
I've got mine written down.
yeah. So
I don't think I've ever written mine.
I have a few flaws that I think became a bit better.
Yeah?
So I have impulsive, money, and one that's hidden. Don't read.
I can't. I've got glasses on.
But I think he's become less impulsive, more calculating.
I think so.
Yeah, for sure.
And I have one that says getting ahead while still following the rules.
Getting ahead while still following the rules.
Interesting, yeah.
I think that's still there.
It's just like not while you're driving.
So
Okay.
basically what I'm asking is, do you feel there has been a
Naughty
large
motherfucker.
change in how D views the people that he's with and how he views himself amongst them?
I think D started with, I'll use these people to just figure out who I am, and now, once he figured out who he was and he didn't like it, and he reached that point, he realized that that bit doesn't matter. That never mattered. What mattered was these guys. What mattered.
Oh.
So
No.
he'll be grumbly. He'll be a douche, but he'll help these people figure out who they are if they want to figure out who they are.
Okay.
So he went from being, these people will work for me, and now it's more, I will work with them.
for them.
I think that's, or for them. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. I will reward you a belief point for character development towards yourself as well.
Aw.
What do I believe? Do I believe in myself or in the group?
Something bigger
The
than
creative
yourself.
ability.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably
Yeah,
it, isn't it?
you believe
Not
in being part
tangible,
of
yeah.
something. bigger than
Thank you very much.
That's awesome.
Group, think, group, think, group, think.
Hand them out all willy-nilly. That's enough for me. Intangibles. Who are we voting and what are we voting for?
yourself.
My memory's
Penis?
shocking.
It's never been said before.
The intangible
Yeah, I
penis.
suppose
No.
I
You've
ain't
done it
voting for
once,
no
I remember.
penis.
Did you?
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it's like
Yeah,
that's
they've done it
something
once.
that I would do
Yeah.
if I had
Oh,
that
okay.
ability.
I
Like,
distinctly remember they've done it once.
yeah.
What else did we do?
I-
How did we start?
I distinctly remember her growing up. Yeah.
Oh, actually, I know who probably doesn't deserve one, but kind of does. Oh no, actually, no, that was
Not Spike.
no. No.
Don't vote for
It
Spike.
wasn't. I was thinking about Jeffrey, but actually you just splashed. It was you.
Yeah,
was this guy?
you did
That-
that.
-1.
Yeah. Take that belief point away.
I
That
get
was
a
quite.
belief point for the belief
I know.
the world is my plaything.
What happened next? We had the whale. We travelled. We told stories. We got off.
You got the fire.
There was a fire.
Can I have a fucking experience point for the fact that I came up with a goddamn story in like 10 minutes?
Yeah,
you
that
guys.
was a
That's
great
nice.
story.
Tangible,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
was so well written.
How did we forget about that story so quickly?
That was
What was
really
the
good.
line?
Fuck you! I also wrote another one.
What
So.
was the What was the black and red
That was
line? That
gorgeous.
was really good.
Yeah,
that was good.
See, you're suffering from the same problem D has. You write so many stories, so many times that it's like, oh, it's normal. You don't deserve rewarding anymore.
No,
But
I,
I
just
vote
had a
for
bad memory.
I vote
Yeah,
for
that was
It's
really
really
fucking good.
I don't vote for Kyle. I vote for Ashkar.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that was
The line, I'll read the first
Yeah.
phrase was, "We woke along the river of forgotten memories, sent to hell by acts of our own making, though we would have no memory of black bargains made with red devils."
What's that? Black bargains made by red devils.
We'd be
That's
forged like steel
in the fires of Mount.
in the
Suspicion would have won, should have won, but hellfire has a way of forging even the most stubborn of steel.
All right.
Yeah.
Write something like
That's
that.
pretty good.
That
on-
was beautiful.
choose the episode name out of those words.
Black deals made with red devils.
Black bargains made with red devils.
That's it.
Put it on Discord.
That needs
I
to
also
be.
wrote another story. Do we have time to read?
Yeah, I think if
How
everyone's
long is the
okay.
story?
Save it for
minutes.
next time and then you get more experience.
Yeah.
You read it and you get 120 XP
Yeah.
as a reward.
In the city of portals there lived everyone and everything, the crossroads of the plains. The city, ruled by the lady who sat upon the throne of blades, was and is and will be a beating heart, a heart of iron. For the city forgives no weaknesses. In this city we found ourselves lost and poor, and the city forgives no weaknesses. We worked, we journeyed and spoke and learned. We learned of a woman who needed her dogs put down. Work was work, so we worked. To her mansion we journeyed, a rich and splendid thing. It was surrounded by razor vines, the only thing that grew naturally. There we met her guards, one when the woman threw him out the window. The guards took us inside and we saw in clear detail what strength would purchase in this city. Beauty, security, a visage of peace. Then the guards took us to meet their lady. What a lady she was. A giant, standing tall above us all and looking down upon us like we were nothing but insects. She was beautiful. For her we went to her garden of vines, and there we fought her wild hounds. The more clever among us, though, found ways to fight without killing. The use of weakness was in truth strength, for mercy was a rare thing, and the lady was wise in appreciating our wisdom. Gold she gave us, and more she dangled, promises, our strength exchanged for hers. What a woman, that giant.
That was written by Torment Giantsbane. The title of that lovely poem was The Big Woman.
Big
The
woman!
Big Woman.
The
It's
big
Big
woman.
Woman here.
Ashkar Giant's Man.
That was
Big woman.
excellent.
That was beautiful. 120 experience
That
for
was gorgeous.
Hashkar.
Definitely deserves it.
Hell yeah.
And finally, we did have a vote
Did we?
from I Am Woman for Kim.
Hey.
What did I do?
Mainly for the fresh looking hair.
Yes! Yes, my girl gets me.
So you gained 120 experience. The people have spoken.
Nice.
The
Hang
person
on.
has
Person has
spoken.
spoken.
The people of blood.
Thanks. Thanks.
You leave it.
You
Leave
know.
everything, and I'll take it, and you go and do what you
Excellent.
need to do.
So, thank you for joining us. We should hopefully be back in a more consistent pattern now that the holiday season has ended and I've left that dangling thread for Alex.
Mother.
Mother!
That probably should be the title of the episode, to be honest.
Yes.
So we'll be back hopefully next Tuesday, assuming there's no extenuating circumstances. So we will see you then.
See you next
Oh,
Tuesday.
yeah. I have to do the thing.
Bye.